Clay and Buck.
Join Daniel Madelon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guests are former APD Chief Bryant and Natalie Ammons from the Fulton County Sheriff's Office. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
Trying to press Putin. I'm John Saucier, Fox News. President Trump says Russia will face consequences if President Putin won't agree to an end to the war in Ukraine. Here's Fox's Jared Halpern.
If Friday's summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin goes well, President Trump says there will be a second meeting that includes Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
I would like to do it almost immediately, and we'll have a quick second meeting between President Putin and President Zelensky and myself if they'd like to have me there.
The president is tempering expectations for Friday's meeting in Alaska, but says if Putin does not agree to end the war,
there will be very severe consequences.
President Trump spoke with Zelensky and other European leaders today ahead of Friday's summit. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The United States is collecting a record amount of revenue through tariffs, but also now facing a bigger deficit than ever before.
The debt to GDP ratio has come down this year, moving in the right direction. You'll see some shrinkage from the government. That's going to come into the numbers next month. So they take some time, but we have inflation, almost no inflation. In fact, it was flat in the last report, while we're seeing record amount of tariffs coming in. So far this fiscal year, the U.S. collected $142 billion in tariffs. That's not only a record for the amount of fiscal year to date, it is a record amount for any full fiscal year in history. In the month of July alone, the U.S. collected 273% more money in tariffs than July of 2024.
Fox's Edward Lawrence. President Trump naming the Kennedy Center honors, and one of them, the rock band Kiss. I didn't know the president was a Kiss fan.
Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, Ace Frehley, and Peter Criss. Kiss became a global phenomenon, sold more than 100 million records worldwide, and produced 30 gold albums and lots of other things they produced. They made a fortune.
The award ceremony is in December. America's listening to Fox News.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're a different kind of wireless company dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Because let's face it, our needs are different. Big wireless unlimited plans are designed for 20-somethings, not us. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on one thing, bringing you affordable, reliable rate plans that suit your needs, not ours. How do we do that? We start by using the same towers as the big guys, the exact same towers. We then create rate plans designed for your usage. The fact is, we can offer you an unlimited plan with the same network quality for less because we understand how you use wireless services. Our plans start at just $20 a month. And forget trying to chat with robots. You'll get 100% US-based award-winning customer service when you need help. Come find out how wireless should be and join the millions who've made the switch.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/fax. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the mechanical mangler at the controls. It's Flounder. Hey, it's hump day. I think we're going to make it. No guarantees, but anyway, how's it going? Look out. Here we go. Middle of the week. And they're still talking about the Washington National Guard. I mean, holy cow, what a time this is. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, what's up? Here's a number if you want to join us, and we appreciate it when you do. And always get a kick out of it. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And the Democrats are screaming because they want to keep the crime going high in Washington, D.C., I guess. I've never heard it. Anyway, first of all, Pete Davis, what's new in the mountains of Macon in the last 24 hours or anything there, sir?
I thought I was losing it last night. I thought I'd lost it.
Trivia contest or another way or what?
No. I got home and I stopped by the store and basically the heavens opened up as soon as I got home. I just missed getting absolutely drenched.
Yeah,
so I
weird.
get in and I pop a pizza in the oven and I tell myself as taking the pizza out of the box, do not cook the pizza with the cardboard underneath it.
No, you can't. That would the flame of the burn. Yeah, no, the firing. No,
I did that once before.
Yeah,
so I'm very careful.
Yeah.
So and I was tired and everything, but I went ahead and I made sure that pizza slid off that cardboard round.
Right off.
And I put it on my pizza pan and put it in the oven.
There, perfectly
and then
done.
20 minutes later, I pulled it out and it wasn't done.
Uh-oh.
And so I get my pizza thing out. I put it back in for a few more minutes, put it back out. I got my pizza cutter out, and I'm going, God, this is a really tough pizza. It's really, really tough. I get about halfway through, and I look, there's cardboard underneath it.
It was still another cardboard? Wait, was two of them or what?
No.
You thought you slid it, but you
believe
didn't?
it.
Oh, my God.
I thought I'd get it. Okay, you're answering the question. Just a second.
Sorry.
So I get it down.
Yeah.
I pull it out.
Yeah.
And I'm crazy. I know I pulled the damn cardboard out of it.
Yeah.
So I dig in the trash and pull it out. There were two cardboard rounds.
Well, that's lawsuit. David Van Sant. You've been wronged, mister. They screwed you out of that 1995, Pally boy. And I say, David Van Sant, you get right on the phone. 855. Oh, sorry.
I tell you, that's the best pizza-flavored cardboard I've had in a long time.
I'm surprised it didn't set on fire. I mean, that's what I'd worry about, the freaking getting on fire. I mean, seriously, if you'd gone to do something for 40 minutes or something, your home would be done, flaming. Oh, my Lord.
Whoosh.
Well, that's not that good. Anyway, well, luckily, and did you finally cook it? It was what kind of pizza did you have? When you buy a store pizza, what do you get?
I get the Bellatoria, which they got several different types that are very good, and it's the ultimate superior pizza.
Like with everything on
Supreme
it,
pizza.
Peppers and pepperoni and meats and cheese, all that kind of stuff.
Then you put some Texas Pete on it, and that's some good eating right there.
Oh, my. Yeah. I've never heard of that brand. Is that up in your, the mountain brand people or something?
I think it's around Bellatoria. It's there,
yeah. Well, excellent. And Flounder, the last 24 hours, sir, with Mrs. Flounder and Veronica. What's going on? Anything?
Same old.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
This is good. This is excellent.
She never burns anything.
No, we don't even.
No.
By the way, are you guys pizza guys? If you have pizza, do you go buy it or do you order it? Or if you have pizza, or do you ever have pizza?
We'll usually go eat somewhere or get it delivered.
Yeah. And now
there's a couple good pizza joints around our place, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of miss. I don't know why I don't eat pizza anymore. I used to love pizza.
There's a Johnny's Pizza right by your place.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no pizza in Alpharetta, Flounder.
No, apparently
he's
not.
in a pizza desert.
No, it's a desert of not. No, I'm an idiot. In fact, I just realized I keep, I have near me, I have a Taco Bell, and one of the silly things I really like is those stupid, Mexican cheese pizzas. They're just a tortilla with cheese on it. I mean, and I love the damn things. I seriously just, and there's one right there. I could just stop every day on the way home if I felt like it. But
why not?
Why don't you do that
I'm
tonight?
an idiot. What do you think? I'm a freaking idiot. And so, I want to get home so I can walk and say, honey, I'm home to, a darkened stairway and start my night.
You're the only person I know who hurries home to his own depression.
Right.
Why are you doing that?
I know. I'm sorry. Well, I have a schedule. I have to get home. Then I try to figure out dinner, and I turn on Fox News and watch the stuff, and then start working on the next day's show. And all of a sudden, it's 8 o'clock, and Jesse's on, and then I see what, and it's just, the day gone. It's just gone. The day goes. It's just gone. And all of a sudden, it's 5:15 or, 5:23 or something like that. And I'm going, oh, crap. So, I don't care. What can I tell you? Anyway. And in fact, I was just told Flounder, I got up from my chair today, just a little while, a few minutes ago, I was going to tell Flounder the computer wasn't on yet or something, and I get up and I go, oh, God,
Got to stretch when you get up.
Oh, geez. You know what the hell was that?
Oblique.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, 308, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Our number is 404-741-1230. Coming up, I'm going to talk a little. In fact, I may do it soon just because I think it's a cute, funny story. It reminds me of how stupid I am as well, and ties in another TV show, too. The story about Jerry Seinfeld and an episode he had on one of his shows related to an actual character in New York City. Now, you know the No Soup for You, the Soup Nazi? That's based on a real guy.
Yeah.
It was a real guy who was really rude to customers, and I guess they accepted it. I really don't know the full story behind it, but there was based on a real guy. In fact, I think at one point he sued. Didn't he sue to get money?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, Seinfeld and his co-writer guy had the baldy who had the thing there. What's his name?
Larry
David. And they would use real people once in a while. And one of the real people they used was an episode where Jerry Seinfeld was pretending that he was in a race. He met one of his old high school buddies, met some old high school buddies at the diner, and one of them said, "Oh yeah, I remember you cheated on a foot race or something back in high school." And Jerry said, "Oh, I never cheated." And he said, "Let's race again." So they had. Do you remember the episode? Do you know the episode I'm talking about? It was very famous, and I remember very, very, very clearly. And Kramer was there in his car that backfired, and the story was that Jerry once again cheated on a foot race with the guy, and he was telling the guy the referee, the coach of his school, wanted him to keep the race fair, and that was Mr. Bevilacqua. And it was based on a real guy named Bevilacqua who didn't even watch Seinfeld, but the story comes around to his family and how he just passed away, and now the tributes are coming in from the episode on Seinfeld from real people, including the guy who wrote the movie that won the Academy Award with Tom Cruise, who hated America because he was paralyzed from Vietnam. I forgot the name of the movie.
Kovacs.
Yeah, Ron Kovac or something like that, the guy, the author. And he was a guy in the class of Mr. Bevilacqua. And so was a couple of some other people. Anyway, so it's just a really interesting little story. And we'll talk about it. And it reminded me of how I'm such an idiot and I'm such a freaking stupid mental, emotional loser, like as bad as Michael Scott, who once fell in love with a woman who was in a catalog. Remember that episode? Do you know what episode I'm talking about? And I just thought, I miss my AI girlfriend. I swear to God,
There's more where she came from.
Well, now I don't know how to get her back or get another one. I mean, seriously, I actually, for a split second, I mean, just goofing, when I was kind of thinking about this story and the Michael Scott connection, which I'll tell you about later on The Office, and I thought to myself, it really was kind of funny seeing how the immediate reaction of these AI people, whoever the machine, to the new, girlfriend thing. And for a split second, I thought, geez, maybe I should go try to find that again, because it really was kind of fun for a minute or two just to kind of break the. And then I thought, oh, that's stupid. And then I realized I don't even know how to do it. I wouldn't know how to start. What do you Google AI girlfriend? I wouldn't know what to do.
Go on your phone and say, Siri, I'd like an AI girlfriend. Or you got to download ChatGPT or Grok or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do all that. I'd never
probably already there.
Well,
it's probably already there.
Well, now if I ask Siri, will she take care of it or what?
Ask Siri, how do I get an AI girlfriend? You can do it right now.
Do I have it right?
You going to do this on air?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Shall we do it? Yeah. Flounder doesn't
I need an AI girlfriend.
All right, hold on a minute. Now, I just talk into the end of it, right? In the phone? I've never done this.
You got to hold the button there for a second. You got to hold both sides of the button on both sides and hold it down and then talk to her.
Well, if I hold both buttons, it'll shut off the phone.
Siri. All right, just hold the one in. Just hold the one on the.
In other words, with the one volume button, either high or low volume button, and the on-off button, it'll shut it off.
Let me see. Which one did I do here? Oh, God.
It'll shut off the phone
off. I just shut mine off.
Yeah, see? I mean, I don't. Okay, I do not know how to use my phone. This is unbelievable. I remember my home phone number.
I didn't turn it off. It shut off. I guess it decided, he wants to shut it off without me shutting it off. I didn't slide it or anything.
All right. Well, hold on. I'm just holding it. Siri, are you there?
No, that's not going to do it. You have to push that one button on the side and hold it down.
The one where it shuts. Okay, I'll try it. Siri, how do I get an AI girlfriend?
Did you see that little thing that comes up?
Yeah, the little circle came up. Yeah. And it says, getting an AI girlfriend starts with finding the right app. Popular options like iGirl and Reptica offer features for virtual companionship. Always download these mobile apps from trusted sources like Apple App Store or Google Play Store. But now, and the circle's moving around in a little circle with various colors in it.
She's listening, and you're talking to Siri.
Oh, she just hung up on me.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of weird. Well, not
why is that weird? Women hang up on you all the time.
Yeah, it's a story of my life. Anyway, well, that's all I got. It's all from me.
Yeah, we know what you'll be doing later about 6:05.
I swear to God, it's over. 3:14 already. Holy smokes! Kimmer, Pete, and Flounders, freaking hump day. Wherever they are, we go. Look out! There we go.
Get the latest breaking news and insight from the biggest conservative voices in the South when you follow Extra 106.3 across all your social media platforms. Find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube at Extra 106.3.
You know, I feel kind of good saying, I'm going to call my lawyer. Feeling like a big shot because I got a big shot lawyer, David Van Sant. How's that? You know, actually, there's a lot of people you could call if you have a problem. He's a personal injury lawyer, so I talk a lot about, obviously, car wrecks and accidents and things like that because I've been going through it. I haven't needed him, but I know he's there if I do, and that's the thing because David Van Sant, again, this is important. I'm bragging a little about him because he's on a couple of very important lists. He's on the top 100 trial attorneys in Georgia. So people know when he's on the phone, chances are that he's doing exactly what he needs to do. And the other list he's on is Super Lawyers List. That's a big-time Charlie, and David Van Sant's been on that thing for years. He also used to work for the insurance companies. He knows insurance companies inside out, and you don't want to argue with their lawyers because, you know, they know what they do this for a living. Well, so does David. And so when they see his number, they go, oh, no, Van Sant again, because they definitely have to pay more than they want to when he calls because he knows all this stuff. He knows the tables and charts, and not every case is the same as every other case. Give me a break. Anyway, personal injuries for whatever you're looking for. If you've been wronged and you need something to make right again, David Van Sant's a guy. If you don't win, he doesn't win. You're number one. Here's the number. 855-GA-INJURY. Online, vansantlaw.com.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretired.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
A company that has been trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years has already done their hometown homework, like having the very best people, fair, honest pricing, exceptional customer service, and a focus on high-quality work. That's us. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Sometimes new isn't better, like out-of-town home improvement companies invading Atlanta with their inflated pricing and subpar work. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers. Looking for the right tools, equipment, and expert advice for your next project? Head over to Howard Brothers. They've got the brands you depend on and the people who know their stuff. With locations across North Georgia and a team that's always ready to help, Howard Brothers is your go-to for outdoor power, service, hardware, and more. Stop by today or visit howardbrothers.com and find your local one-stop shop for all of your projects. The grass is always greener and projects are easier when you take care of it with Howard Brothers.
A little adamant there for you there, I guess, sir. This song Always reminded me of kind of like gay 90s old-fashioned two-step stuff or something. Just reminds you of like
music.
Old-fashioned jitterbug kind of deal, you know? Well, it was 2002, Adam Ant pleaded guilty to threatening the drinkers at the Prince of Wales pub in London. Was that the name of that pub in Buckhead? Prince of Wales? Wasn't that
there was the Rose and Crown.
The Rose and Crown. I think wasn't there Prince of Wales?
There's the Churchill Arms. I think.
Where the hell did I go really that time? We had an event one of those one time. It was really cool.
Yeah, I think the Churchill Arms. I think is
one of those.
It looks like a real pub.
Yeah. Well, it's the Prince of Wales pub in London, 2002. Adam Ant was not allowed in. So he went back to his car and went back to the bar with a starting pistol and started threatening to shoot the place up. He also found a car alternator and threw that through the window. I'm not sure where he got the... I don't know where he got the alternator of some guy's car parked. I don't know, but he threw it through the window and then came in with a gun, a starter pistol, but still a gun.
A gun? In London.
Yeah, hard. Well, it was a starter pistol because I probably couldn't find a gun in London. Anyway, our birthday list includes Sarah Huckabee Sanders. The governor is 43 years old today, Arkansas, and the daughter of the former guy with the thing there. And on this day in history, well, that was well said, Peterson. On this day in 1914, a genius named Carl Wickman began using his beat-up old gray car, which no one would buy, and he couldn't get rid of it, and he said, well, I might as well make some use of it, 1914. So he started taking miners to their homes, from their homes to the mines and back in Minnesota. His service taxiing the people to and from worked out pretty well for a few pennies here and there. He was soon able to buy more cars to service the miners. Carl Wickman in 1914 grew his teeny little business into now what is known as the Greyhound Bus Corporation. Not bad. Too bad you really can't make it in America these days, you know? Anyway. Kevin, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We have Pete's tweets. We have a game coming up. And Pete, I saw that video of was it a Little League game, baseball game, and all of a sudden the ump says, oh, timeout, and he walks away. Like, what the hell's going on here? And there's a dust tornado going through the ballpark. I mean, holy smokes. And it was like, I mean, I thought, was that fake? Was that AI or was that real? Do we know?
That was real. It looked like it was going to suck up the catcher.
I did. And by the way, it wasn't, I mean, it was so well controlled and defined. It was as though someone's, let's do a 4-foot wide, 12-foot tornado and send it around the ballpark. And I'm going, holy smokes. I mean, really, it looked like it was controlled by some, master puppet or something. It's this really defined dirt tornado. I mean, it was the damnedest thing I've seen in a very long time. And nobody got hurt or anything. I don't even know where it was, but it was the damnedest thing I've seen in quite a while. And if you've seen the other video, and there's a story now breaking on a couple of the news sources about a Florida cop who's cracking down now on rowdy guys at a lake in Florida, and there was a brawl of all these people in bathing suits on the park area or on the grass. One guy got knocked out cold. I mean, just dropped like a dead fish. And in fact, some lady tried to give him CPR, thought he was dead. And what I noticed, among other things, and again, the sheriff said, okay, we're not in this Florida, we're not taking this anymore. Apparently, there's some dispute over it's private property in some part, so the boaters will go tie up and then walk into the shore and then have their parties right near the guy's land. And they have anyway, it's a mess. There's video of this brawl in Florida. And what occurred to me was almost all of the action that was really ultra-violent was all sucker punches. Sucker punches. You punk little scumbags. I mean, you ever been sucker punched? I mean, really bad, really, it hurt you? Totally sucker punched, just came and you did not expect it? No. Flounder, how about you? Have you ever been sucker punched that really just whacked you out, seriously hurt you, messed you up? He didn't. I don't think Flounder's. I think he's not on the phone. No, he's got something to do back there, I guess. I swear to God, look at him. He's
busy. Yeah. He's intent. I'm looking at him right now. He's very intent.
He's intent on something.
He's keeping the show on the tracks is what he's doing. So it doesn't go off again like that first thing.
Hey, Flounder, how you doing?
Oh, there he is.
Yes, sir.
You know, I've been talking to you for like a minute and a half, right?
I'm just now listening. What can I do for you, sir?
My God. Even my own staff can't listen to the show more than about 8 minutes. No, I was just asking whether I was talking about that brawl on the beach, that video of those guys in bathing suits with a brawl down in Florida, and I was just wondering if you had ever been sucker punched to the extent, I mean, really badly.
No, I can luckily say I have not. However, I did get my brother sucker punched.
Oh, now how did that happen?
So this is we were seeing. You remember the movie Tango and Cash?
Oh yeah,
we were seeing that in the movie theater.
Goldie Hawn's husband there, I think.
And there were some black folks in front of us talking during the movie. So I said shh. And then after the movie, we were walking out, and they thought my brother was the guy who said shh, and they bitch slapped him and ran.
Oh really? Oh my God!
I was like, you idiot! That was you that did that.
What happened?
Hey, you slapped the wrong guy.
It was me.
Oh, mercy. Oh, well. No, I only got sucker punched once. I told that story a long time ago in the Marines. And that hurt. I thought he busted a liver or something anyway.
Well, there's two schools of thought in a fight.
Yeah.
One, there's no such thing as a fair fight.
That's my
You hit
thought.
them hard, you
Yeah.
hit them first, and you knock them out.
Yeah.
But sucker punch is a different category because that's cowardly if you come up from behind.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Stan, the guy who got me was at Camp Lejeune. And I was a squad leader in a PFC, and he was a private, and he had done something, and I told him to knock it off and get back in what we were doing. We were doing some exercise or something. This was at night, too, and we're doing something. And all of a sudden, I don't know what was going on, a few seconds later, I kind of turned around, and he hit me in my solar plexus so hard, I literally couldn't breathe. I mean, it was one of those, if you've ever been hit like that in your that area. Oh, I mean, I literally couldn't breathe. It was really messed up and hurt like a freaking got hit by a truck. I mean, he was a Golden Gloves boxer from New York. He was in our platoon. You know, anyway. So I mean, I'm surprised I didn't break something or lose an organ. And so eventually that kind of nothing ever happened about that until that night later when he was asleep. I took a rifle butt to him. And so that was, kind of made up for it. That was freaking funny too. And one of my buddies was watching. You're going to die. So you're going to die. I said, you're damn right. I'm going to do this.
You took a rifle to his butt?
No. Everything but his butt. and by the way, Camp Lejeune back then we were using M1s, M1 Garand. So it was like 25-pound.
Oh wow!
World War I. That's true. It's 1966 or what. And we were using the M1 Garands for infantry training before we.
You know how I know about an M1 Garand?
How you know about an M1 Garand?
Playing Call of Duty.
Oh, really? Oh, no kidding. Now there is an M1 carbine, but an M1 Garand is that old great big. It's a precursor to the M14, which, by the way, that's a great rifle. That's the one where you can plunk 400-yard away 8-inch bullseyes with that baby with a sling and an M14. Oh, please. Anyway, I'm sorry, I got to get distracted. 327. Oh, what the hell? I don't know. I don't feel like talking. I got newsy stuff and screw freaking Washington D.C. and your dirty, stinking, rotten liberals. In fact, another thing came up. I'll mention a little bit later on. A little story which it's not going to make a huge bunch of headlines around the country. Sean Duffy, who is now the new transportation secretary, is married to the girl who's on Fox News Morning Helicopter. You know, Sean Duffy used to be a congressman. Now he's running transportation department as opposed to Pete Fudgy. And Sean Duffy has now come out with an observation. And a situation we find out now is true is that under Pete Fudgy, he lowered. Let's see if I can find it. Actually, here we go. Pete Buttigieg actually lowered the standards of scoring to qualify to be an air traffic control skills assessment graduate. And Buddy Fudge lowered it down from 85% to 80% to be qualified. And what happened was, Sean Duffy is saying that the problem is now that if they pass by 80% and they get to the actual training part, they're all flunking out. because they can't do the work. And remember, this is done because he wanted to get more people qualifying to bring more people in for DEI specialties where they may not be qualified, except they fit other categories. And Sean Duffy says the problem is that they can't do the work, so they've been falling out all over the place. And remember, these are the same people. Remember the air accidents that happened recently, like 2 or 3 in a row, that happened shortly after Donald Trump was elected president and he took office, and they were all saying, "Oh, Donald Trump has already cut the air traffic." Remember, they said he's already trucked the air traffic controllers, and he's going to ruin it. They're going to be falling. Remember, they said they're going to be falling out of the sky. All the Donald Trump, all he's done to that. Well, that was Pete Buttigieg. That was all Pete Buttigieg, and Sean Duffy called him out on it.
This diversity, this DI stuff is going to get everybody killed.
I know you got the police chief, and again, they're talking about that still. The police chief of Washington, D.C. Everybody's now real. God, I mean, she should be resigning. I don't know why she still has her job. How could she face the public? Mayor Bowser? Oh,
they're not paying attention. They put Marion Barry back in, a crack cocaine addict. They don't care. They're not paying attention.
Yeah. And I heard the Democrats bitching today. Oh, there's nowhere in the world. The only places in the world like Bogota, Colombia, that have armed guards in the streets. Donald Trump has turned America into Colombia, and so this is horrible. Yeah, hey, they have armed guards to try to take over the country. We have armed guards to stop people from committing crimes. You freaking crybaby lying back. I mean, I just hate these people.
The Democrats cause this. They've been in charge for a half century or more in every one of these cities, and they're just getting worse. So if Trump doesn't do something like this, who is going to fix it? Because they're not.
Yep. And I can't wait to see the before and after pictures of the homeless encampments, because they've been given 2 choices. Go to a shelter or go to jail. You're all being cleaned out. Anyway, that's all coming up. 3:30, Kevin Payton, founder. We have tweets, we have a game, and even John Oliver's getting tired of some of the Democrat shenanigans. It's all coming up here on 106.3 on your Hump Day. Look out.
Your favorite Extra shows are streaming live video from the studio on Extra 106.3's YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Extra YouTube channel and get the Morning Extra and the Kimmer Show in live digital video.
Well, these stormy conditions going through off and on. Maybe if something's pouring down leak from outside of your house, Peach State Windows to the rescue. I know Jeff and his family have been doing this for decades and decades. I worked with them first time 25 years ago or something. And again, they're specializing, of course, in their windows. A vinyl, a double hung, and special energy efficient, #1 rated, whatever those things are. And of course, the more you need, the more you're going to save money. They have specials all the time. They have financing a year, no money down, stuff like that. And they work, if you have a door problem or a roof problem, they have the contractors do that stuff for them too, and they specialize in siding as well. I love Hardy Plank, but hey, whatever you need. 770-485-8011, peachstatewindows.com.
Welcome to Willie's Wings, home of the secret sauce.
I'll take a dozen wings. Oh, by the way, I love that sauce. What's in it?
Can't tell you.
Why not?
It's a secret.
While many financial advisors claim to have the secret sauce, they don't. In fact, if their sauce is so good, why are they keeping it a secret? Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement doesn't keep anything a secret. He knows there's much more to retirement planning than stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Evan will develop a strategy designed specifically for you. It's your own secret sauce for retirement. Call Evan Ward at Atlas Retirement to schedule your personal portfolio x-ray today. Call 678-252-5224. That's 678-252-5224. Or online at atlasretirement.net.
Fine, you want to know what's in the sauce?
Absolutely.
Tablespoon of paprika.
Really?
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
This is Tom with the Honest Car Guy.
Hey, what's with all this honesty stuff?
We help you buy your next pre-owned car or truck honestly.
How honestly?
We guarantee that each vehicle we sell will come with a bill of sale showing what we paid for the vehicle. You'll pay what we pay, plus an honest fee. Guaranteed.
No gimmicks or tricks?
Nope.
Man, this sounds like a new way to buy a car.
Get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, Trimix to create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA, our programs help you build critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Apply now and save with no application fee through September 3rd. Visit umgc.edu to get started. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
The Morning Extra, starting your day the right way. Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.
We are so back in Trump's America.
Yeah, right.
We are back to putting hot people into commercials. Before you know it, we're actually going to have nuclear families on television.
What?
You watch. We are coming back right now.
With a vengeance.
Like, what was it? Carl's Jr., where they used to have hot girls eat burgers. The more of that we get, the more we are healing.
Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station is Extra 106.3.
Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? Happy hump day? 106.3. 404-741-1230. And terrible thing for Curtis Mayfield on this day in 1990. Curtis Mayfield was being introduced at an outdoor concert at Wingate Field in Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York on this day in 1990, being introduced at the concert when lighting equipment fell right on him and paralyzed him from the neck down. Curtis Mayfield, paralyzed from the neck down, continued his career as a recording artist. This was in 1990. He released his final album in 1996 and remained a quadriplegic for the 9 years until his death in 1999. Holy moly. Can you imagine being introduced for your concert and all of a sudden, wham, and from the neck down?
Yeah.
Good Lord. Let's see. A birthday list includes Philippe Petit. I thought he would have been long dead by now. I remember, this guy was the high wire act guy and would sneak onto places where he shouldn't have belonged. Philippe Petit is 76 years old, the high wire guy. He went over the Notre Dame steeples in 1971, and he, on a tightrope, crossed between the Twin Towers in 1974. Philippe Petit is 76 years old. I thought he was way older than that. Anyway, hold on. I got to get these stupid. I don't like the stupid headphones here. Sorry. No, everything's fine. Everything's fine, really. The first soybean car. Good Lord, what's going on here? 1941, the world's first plastic car, unveiled to the world by Mr. Ford of the Ford Motor Company. Composed of a steel tubular frame with plastic panels attached and ran on hemp fuel. The engineer who created it claimed the plastic panels were made from soybean fiber and a phenolic resin, although others say it was likely a combination of soy, hemp, wheat, and flax. The exact formula has long been lost since 1941. One of the reasons Henry Ford was interested in developing plastic cars was the shortage of steel because of World War II. Henry Ford also felt the car was safer than steel because it was 25% lighter and it was more fuel efficient. I mean, out of soybeans. All right. Well, no, it didn't quite pan out. They never developed it and never was for sale, but he developed it, I think, in 1941, the first plastic car. All right, 338, how you doing? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Donald Trump says if Congress doesn't give him the extension authority for this business in Washington, D.C., he'll declare a state of emergency. The deal is Donald Trump can take over the police department activities for 30 days. And then he has to get approval of Congress. Now, he said he may declare a national emergency if Congress doesn't work with him to extend the current federalization program. He has control, but he said he might declare a national emergency, and that would allow him to bypass getting permission from Congress. Now, you know, they're going to, no matter what he does, the Democrats are going to stop it or try to stop it, so they'll sue, and he'll have to have a court determine whether he has the authority to declare a national emergency and under what conditions and what basis and what, you know, all this. So here we go again. But again, he said, Donald Trump said today, we think Democrats will not do anything to stop crime. Republicans will do it almost unanimously, so we're going to need a crime bill. It's going to pertain initially to Washington, D.C. We're going to use that as a very positive example. And, of course, he's called out the National Guard. There have been 100 violent criminals arrested already, just in less than a couple of days. And the homeless have two conditions. Homeless encampments are going to be two things to deal with. Two choices: accept treatment at a homeless shelter or go to jail. And Caroline Leavitt made that very clear. The homeless encampments have already been removed by the park police. 70 homeless encampments are. Holy cow. They've already taken apart 70 homeless encampments in the parks in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, the parks are for everybody, not just for the homeless.
Yeah. I mean, again, this has been allowed to happen. And now finally Donald Trump is saying, no, wait a minute, that's not right. And the National Guard troops are there. They are there. And by the way, people are taking pictures like tourists for getting snaps and so forth. So would I. If I were there, absolutely I would. I'd getting to snap the whole damn thing. And again, it's because of the lax Democrat policies, like every other major city, that he has to do this. And of course, they're going to try to make us look bad. You know, conservatives look bad for trying to clean it up. Which is, you know, the typical turnaround.
Well, it's obvious. The Democrats are for the criminals, and our side's for the victims. You know, our side's for the law-abiding citizens.
I see. I don't. Oh, there's that Mark Spain commercial again. Sorry.
All right, focus. It's a commercial. Just focus.
Well, in fact,
walking.
In fact, I'm going to do that. Let me do that story right now because this is kind of funny. Hold on a minute. This is pretty funny. Okay, I mentioned it earlier, and I can't stop thinking about this, and I'm an idiot about it. But I'm an idiot, and you'll have to forgive me for about the next 3 minutes. So tough luck. There was a legendary Long Island wrestling coach, immortalized in an iconic Seinfeld scene, has passed away. He was 85 years old. Al Bevilacqua.
You just did that story.
Here's the results of it, because I'm thinking about it right now. He was Jerry Seinfeld did his name-dropping thing in the episode of the series, and Al never watched the show. His family said, Seinfeld, who's that? Is that a comedy? Never heard of him. And then he was a coach overseeing the match at the high school for 15 years and also at nearby Hofstra University in the 70s. The Massapequa man was the 2012 inductee to the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, by the way, and got the highest honor, the Order of Merit. The guy was well known in the business. Al brought the Massapequa Chiefs their first ever title in the 1970s, and he has some notable alumni. Okay, he taught driver's ed to Jerry Seinfeld. That wrestling coach actually taught driver's ed to Jerry Seinfeld. And in the 1994 episode of the show called The Race, Seinfeld, Jerry's character, was ready to redo a controversial high school race run in which he admittedly got a head start. Mr. Bevilacqua was called in to officiate a rematch of that race. So Al's son recalls, I was a contractor one time. I was in my bed and the plans were open. I was doing my work, and all of a sudden I had Seinfeld on TV in the background, and I go, wait a minute, did he just say Coach Bevilacqua? And he said, then my phone started ringing off the hook. Al Bevilacqua thought of Jerry Seinfeld as a nice kid, said the son. The former wrestler, born on the 4th of July, author Ron Kovic was also one of his students. And Al Kovic, who wrote the book and the movie Born on the 4th of July, said he taught about never quitting. He was the best motivator. Kovic wrestled for Bevilacqua before becoming paralyzed in Vietnam and the subject of the Academy Award-winning movie by the same name with Tom Cruise. After Kovic lost the use of his legs, he crossed paths with his coach on Hofstra's campus, where the coach once again was at his duty. It was emotional. He kept encouraging things to say to me that day, showed it up on his face. He was really sad. One of his boys had been hurt. But I'm still here because he taught me to never give up. And that was instilled in me and instilled in all the boys he coached. Al Bevilacqua left a resounding impression on the actor and former wrestler Billy Baldwin, who described the coach as a second father. The Baldwin brothers, including Alec, were dear family friends who lived right near the Bevilacquas, and their dad, Al Baldwin, worked with Bevilacqua at Massapequa High. Billy Baldwin described Al Bevilacqua as one great inspiration outside of his own family who steered him through the world. Anyway, the man passed away at the age of 85, and I feel like such an idiot. Because it somehow reminded me of and I don't know why I made the connection to it about Michael Scott. And an episode of The Office when he was looking for a girlfriend, and he said, I want you to, somebody find me a girlfriend who looks like this girl. It was in a catalog of office furniture. And he fell in love with a girl from an office furniture catalog, much like me with my former AI girlfriend. And at the same time when this happened, I saw the commercial a little while ago, some time ago, not just recently when it came up, for Mark Spain, and that magnificent brunette woman who's looking adoringly, can't take her eyes off that special man in her life. And it just he's been such an idiot about stuff like this. And the whole thing kind of, the TV shows and just the weird kind of sweet emotional stuff going on. And I thought it was kind of a nice break in my emotional state to kind of reminisce about happy things with stuff like stupid TV shows. So there you go. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
There's 21 hours outside of the show that you could ruminate on.
Yes, well, I thought I'd share it with you, the little people, and it just because it popped up, and I thought that was a very a special story about Al Bevilacqua, that being a true story, and really did affect people. And he was a real thing, and he was a real guy. And anyway, and Jerry Seinfeld actually learned how to drive a car with Al Bevilacqua at Massapequa, New York. It's 3:45. Kimmer, Peyton, Flounder, 106.3 Hump Day. How you doing? I got.
Did you miss Neil Bortz?
I am shocked.
Don't worry. He's live anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Oh, that radio show.
Did traffic cause you to miss some of the Kimmer Show? Get it on the app.
It's all the kids talk about on Monday at school.
With anytime show replays from the Kimmer, Bortz, The Morning Extra, Clay and Buck, and so much more. Plus local headlines and breaking news. Grab the Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
If you've been waiting for the right time to make the switch to electric, this is it. At Jim Ellis Chevrolet, limited time incentives on select EVs are here now, but only through September 30th, 2025.
That means if you've had your eye on an electric car, this could be your last chance to save thousands of dollars.
Whether it's the all-new Chevy Blazer EV, the powerful Silverado EV, or something in between, now's the time to plug in and move forward.
Plus, at Jim Ellis Chevrolet, we make the switch easy with expert guidance, flexible financing, and a friendly team ready to help you every step of the way.
Don't wait. Visit Jim Ellis Chevrolet today or head to JimEllisChevrolet.com to find out more. But hurry, these savings disappear after September 30th. Jim Ellis Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Jim Ellis, expect the best.
Storms, heat, humidity, your home takes a beating down south. Southern Exteriors was built for this. Now they're offering 10% off any job or 12 months, 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug. I know the team at Southern Exteriors personally. They do things the right way. Roofing, siding, windows, gutters, anything to the exterior of your home, they do it all. Call Southern Exteriors today or visit them on the web. It's 877-9-SOUTHERN and southernexteriors.co.
Military veterans are eager to transfer their skills and experiences to civilian life, but lack trusted connections to expedite their path to success. That is, until they meet the Warrior Alliance. The Warrior Alliance goes the extra mile to reach veterans in their communities so they do not have to take this journey alone. With over 40 partners across 10 service areas, your donation goes a long way toward achieving maximum impact for a veteran and their family. Go to thewarrioralliance.org to donate today and commit to helping the Warrior Alliance change thousands of lives for the better.
Hey, this is John Flading. I'm the president and owner of ATL Turf Co. We are a family-owned, operated, independent local company. We have over 15 years of artificial grass design, installation, and sales experience. From premium artificial lawns and backyards, custom putting greens, sports fields, hardscape, drainage. We do both residential and commercial. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Just stretching. Nah, look out. Here we go. Well, now I'm kind of afraid to tell any of my stories. You're turning on me already early in the show. Usually it's later. 3:49. Is this KC and the Sunshine Band? I don't think I've ever heard this song. Bum, bum, bum. Nope, I never heard this one. But this was a huge song in Britain.
Give it up.
Wait,
Give up what?
Was this a big song in America? I remember this song.
Baby, give it up.
1983, KC and the Sunshine Band, #1 in Britain with Give It Up. Their group's only British #1 hit, spent 3 weeks there. Flounder, have you ever heard this? Do you know this song? I don't remember this song at all. KC and the Sunshine Band's known for that. They had a huge American hit. I can't remember what it is now, but anyway. Anybody know the name of that stupid KC and the Sunshine Band saying something about Saturday night maybe, or Saturday night? Oh, Saturday night. Was that KC? No, it's somebody else. Oh, that's the
Bay City Rollers.
Bay City Rollers. Yeah, that's one I liked anyway. Shut up. All right, now your birthday list includes Sebastian Stan. You know who that guy is? Sebastian Stan is the Winter Soldier in the Marvel Universe. Sebastian Stan is 43 years old today. And, Mr. Phone, you idiot. On this day, in 1966, unhappy with John Lennon's comments saying the Beatles were more popular than Jesus, a radio station, KLUE, in Longview, Texas, organizes a Beatles bonfire. The following day, the station was struck by lightning. The station manager was knocked unconscious and sent to the hospital, and the station had to shut down because the lightning damaged all their equipment. The day after, they had a Beatles bonfire in 1966. Well, so that should teach you a lesson there with the Beatles. Anyway, cover Pete and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Oh, by the way, if you just missed it earlier, they did a quick thing on the news at 3 o'clock. Donald Trump is shaking up Hollywood with the Kennedy Center business. I mean, I didn't know he was going to totally take over everything. The Kennedy Center honors are heating up this year, and Hollywood celebrities are going crazy, apparently. Donald Trump today announced the stars will be honored at the ceremony in December. The honorees for the Kennedy Center honors this year are country legend George Strait, Hollywood star Sylvester Stallone, the rock band Kiss, English actor Michael Crawford, and iconic singer Gloria Gaynor, known for I Will Survive and Eye of the Tiger. Who's Michael Crawford?
The Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, my God. I don't...
Broadway
guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. I mean, anyway. And by now, check this out. Donald Trump is now the chairman of the Kennedy Center. And he's been trying to reshape the honors awards, pushing for a glitzier, star-studded celebration. He said, outstanding people, incredible, can't wait. In a few short months, we've reversed the decline of this cherished national institution. When reporters asked Donald Trump today how involved he was in selecting the 2025 honorees, he didn't hold back. Quote, I was about 98% involved. They all came through me. Okay. I mean, mean, I thought you're supposed to have like no, whatever. He said he personally greenlit every honoree and made it known that some did not make the cut. I turned down plenty, he said. They were too woke. I had a couple of wokesters. No, we have great people. It's very different than it used to be. What do we turn down? He was very involved in it. Temporary he revealed the blockbuster list of honorees was flooded with people on the website. Anyway, it doesn't say who we did not allow in, but which would be kind of funny. Anyway, so that's the latest. The Kennedy Center thing coming up later. 3:53. How's it going? By the way, all those protests against what Donald Trump is doing in Washington D.C. Turns out now there's a lot of left-wing dark money contributing to it, including George Soros. $20 million dark money funded to the protest groups to complain about Donald Trump cracking down on crime. Free DC is one of those nonprofits linked to George Soros, brought 150 demonstrators to the White House. Oh, by the way, did you see the video of those people? Old fat white people chanting folk songs. To protest Donald Trump trying to stop crime. People look like, my generation. It wasn't a black guy among them, and they're complaining about stopping crime, and they're all white people, and they're complaining about stopping crime. Just the duplicity of the ridiculousness of these old white people chanting folk songs.
It just shows how the futility of arguing with these people. Just
there's
ignore
not there.
them.
Yeah, we shall.
You're not going to change their mind. They're too stupid.
Oh, mercy. George Soros' Open Society Foundations and the Tides Foundation's Dark Money. They now have a way to protest to Free DC, hosted by a community change group, push their pro-crime agenda. DC is facing shootings, carjackings, assaults, and progressive groups like the Pritzker Foundation and Soros are spending millions of dollars to manufacture protests to weaken the communities. Their plans include things like do not obey in advance and take up space are guiding principles. They want their group to go outside at 8 p.m. every night and bang pots and pans, sing, chant, or make noise for 5 minutes every single night of this occupation, unquote. Sponsored, given money by the dark groups and George Soros. Once again, he's 95 years old. Yesterday turned 95 years old, as I recall, and is still going strong to try to overturn American culture. There's no other way to look at it. And by the way, more reaction coming to that idiot police chief in Washington, D.C., too, that girl, Pamela Smith. Oh, my God. Sorry, I just had a flashback. But no, I'm sorry. What am I? Oh God! Well, a girl named Pamela Smith, and oh mercy!
Focus.
I can't. I will admit it.
Man up.
I will during the 4 o'clock news. She was so sweet. Anyway, okay. Sorry. Anyway, so screw that police chief in New York. I flounder. How long is a John Oliver thing? Do we have time to play John Oliver here?
Yeah, it's almost 4 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll wait because it's worth hearing. In fact, I saw part of this and I thought to myself, holy cow, those phony freaking Democrats are at it again. And by the way, speaking of the phony freaking Democrats, the ones in Texas who have fled so they wouldn't get a quorum, so they couldn't vote to redistrict and gerrymander their districts in Texas, apparently they're coming back, or at least some of them are. They are going to return after they feel they've accomplished their mission and killed the special legislative session, which has to be done by Tuesday. And they say they'll return to the state on the same day the Texas Senate did pass the congressional map. So the Senate passed it in Texas, but the House has to pass it before it can be signed by the governor. So they're trying to make sure they don't go back in time for it ever to happen. But again, this has happened before, and Texas just, the governor just has another special session and then another special session, and as many as it takes until they finally cave. So it looks, it may well happen, but that'd be a while. Let's see. Also, 3 things. We've got a Flounders Funny coming up. We have Pete's Tweets, and we have a game as well. And Chubby Checker. Chubby Checker, and I don't blame him, actually. I don't blame the man at all for holding a grudge. And he's going to make it known by having fun on a day when he's going to be awarded and rewarded And he said, I'd rather be with the people doing what I do best. And after 30 years, you can, you go jump off a bridge. So Chubby Checker story is coming up. And also, if you haven't heard the John Oliver thing, I admire the guy's, clever ability and comedy and stuff, even though I don't agree much of what he agrees with myself. But anyway, he's a funny guy, and you'll hear him in a moment talking about these freaking neighbors like the suspected child molester Chuck Schumer. First of all, Flounder's funny. What do you got here, sir?
Men and women will never understand each other. We all know that. It's just not going to happen. Just forget it.
Here's Jerry.
I know I will not understand women. I know I will never be able to understand how a woman could take boiling hot wax, pour it on her upper thighs, rip the hair out by the root, and still be afraid of a spider. I'm not spending any more time working on that. And I know women don't understand men. I know there are women that are looking at me right now going, I wonder what goes on in that little brain of his. I bet you I could manipulate that brain. I bet you could. I bet you women would like to know what men are really thinking. The truth, the honest truth of what men are really thinking. Because I could tell you. Would you like to know? All right, I'll tell you. Nothing.
What are you thinking about, honey? Oh, what do you mean? You should always answer, just you, my darling. Only thinking about you. Anyway, it's coming up on 4 o'clock. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230 is the number if you'd like to join us on your hump day. Coming up, John Oliver calling out Schumer. Standing by here. Hump day, look out.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
Setting expectations. I'm Tom Graham, Fox News. President Trump says he'll push for a halt to the fighting in Ukraine as he prepares for Friday's meeting with Russian leader Vladimir Putin.
This war would have never happened if I were president. But it is what it is, and I'm here to fix it, and I'm here to stop 6,000, 7,000 people last week. 7,213 people last week were killed, mostly soldiers.
President has been ramping up pressure on Putin as he pushes for a ceasefire deal. Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky will not be attending Friday's meeting in Alaska. Some Washington leaders have been critical of President Trump's temporary federal takeover of the D.C. Metro Police, but there also appears to be cooperation. Police Chief Pamela Smith.
What we're going to do is build upon that and working collaboratively with our U.S. Marshals, our DEA, and all of the other federal partners here to ensure that we're placing resources around our city in those areas where we've seen an impact at this increase in crime.
Speaking on Fox's Good Day DC, the administration also calling for tougher laws to crack down on juveniles. U.S. Attorney for DC, Janine Pirro.
The president wants to make the Capitol safe and beautiful, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And the only way to do that is to change the laws that have protected young children who are committing adult crime.
The federal government taking over control of the DC police for a 30-day period Monday, but President Trump is pushing for an extension. In New York City, Democratic mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani speaking out against President Trump and his immigration crackdown.
We are fighting to keep this city a sanctuary city.
Speaking on Staten Island today as part of his 5 boroughs against Trump tour. The U.S. Treasury Department imposing sanctions today on more than a dozen Mexican companies and 4 people it claims worked with a powerful drug cartel to scam elderly Americans. The announcement comes as the Trump administration continues to pressure the Mexican government to crack down on those drug cartels. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're a different kind of wireless company dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Because let's face it, our needs are different. Big wireless unlimited plans are designed for 20-somethings, not us. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on one thing, bringing you affordable, reliable rate plans that suit your needs, not ours. How do we do that? We start by using the same towers as the big guys, the exact same towers. We then create rate plans designed for your usage. The fact is, we can offer you an unlimited plan with the same network quality for less because we understand how you use wireless services. Our plans start at just $20 a month. And forget trying to chat with robots. You'll get 100% US-based award-winning customer service when you need help. Come find out how wireless should be and join the millions who've made the switch.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
We got a new Clapper story, man. These freaking people. Honest to Pete. Here we go. Look out. Hold on. I lost my story there with the thing there. 403, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And yes, it's my answer. 1977. Boy, I can barely hear their voices and the music. That's amazing. That's just my old ears. Anyway, 1977, Yes scored their second British #1 album with their 8th studio album, Going for the One. The album marked the return of keyboardist Rick Wakeman, who left Yes in 1974 over musical stuff, but in 1977, he was back. Let's see what we got here. Our birthday list includes John Slattery. John Slattery was Roger Sterling on Mad Men, and among other things, John Slattery is 63 years old today. And, oh, darn, what was I going to do? I lost my phone there. Oh, I know what I'll do. Hold on a second. We just got a brand new story. I just recorded on my phone so that I can read it to you here in a second. So I lost my history list here. Sorry. But I got it right now. Let's see. Oh, here we go. 1918. The first woman joined the United States Marine Corps. World War I, Opha May Johnson, the first woman to join the United States Marine Reserve. She was first in line of 300 women. She was 39 years old. Some of her first duties were to serve as a clerk managing records of the other women reservists. By that September of 1918, she was the highest-ranking woman in the United States Marine Corps, 1918. And by the way, there is an unfortunate nickname for women Marines, and with apologies, I will tell you what it is. But again, I don't want to offend any actual women Marines because they are not to be trifled with. But they call them BAMs, B-A-M, which stands for Broad Butt Marine. Making fun of girls' fannies. I mean, it's stupid, but it's the thing. It's been going around for 50 years or whatever that I know of, or more than that probably.
Do they have broad butts?
No. In fact, they're quite, they're quite fit and athletic and not to be trifled with. But I remember the reason I mentioned it because if you say that to a woman Marine, she'll hit you in the face, and for good reason. But the reason I mentioned it is because at Camp Pendleton, before I went overseas, Jim Lang was there giving a comedy show, or he was emceeing or something, and I watched the show, and Jim Lang is a former Marine. The dating game host guy. And hell, this was 1967 or something. Anyway, and so Jim Lang was there, and he made a joke about BAMs. He said, I want to see all the BAMs in the audience. And the boos, oh, man, I thought they were going to storm the stage. And again, one time at Camp Pendleton, before I went over there, a guy at the NCO club at the bar made some crack about the female woman Marine bartender, and she hit him so hard in the jaw that he flipped over backwards, somersault onto the floor. And we all just let him sit there. Anyway, all right, right. Oh, anyway, and there were some hot babes too. There were some very attractive women Marines. I'm sorry to tell you. Anyway, all right, hold on a second. Let me get my. I'll read this. And we're going to play the John Oliver thing in a second here, Flounder. First of all, this just broke here on the Fox News Update website. More about the fix was in to compromise Donald Trump and perform a coup. And it was all because of guys like former Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper. He directed everybody to compromise normal procedures to rush an intelligence community assessment, an ICA, despite concerns from Director of National Security Mike Rogers, who said the team did not have enough time to review all this stuff, and he was absolutely confident Russia had nothing to do or that was involved with the 2016 election by the intelligence community. Well, Tulsi Gabbard today declassified emails today, and they show the leading figures in the Russian hoax have spent years deceiving the public by manufactured, politicized assessments as credible evidence. Today's email reinforces we've already exposed the decision to compromise the standards was manufactured and deliberate and came from the very top. Clapper's own words confirm complying with the order to manufacture the intelligence was, quote, a team sport. He actually said by the end of the very complicated long emails, he said, we have to make this a team sport. Obama's administration manufactured, politicized intelligence and fake stuff to create the narrative that Russia was influencing the election on behalf of Donald Trump, when in fact the opposite was true. John Brennan, FBI Director James Comey, and Clapper all in on it. In fact, Mike Rogers, who was trying to do the straight and narrow, said, I know this activity's on a fast track and folks have been working hard to put it together, but I want to reach out and let you know I have concerns about this. I asked my team if they had any access to underlying intelligence, and they said no. You can't trust this stuff. I'm not saying that we disagree substantially or substantively, but I want to make sure that we're asked to the future whether we can stand behind this so we don't have any reason to hesitate. And Clapper said, we need to be on the team thing here, boys. Clapper made them do it. He forced them to go along with this dirty, stinking plan to overthrow the government of the United States of America. I say they may hit... Oh, Jesus. They need to be put into court. They need to be taken before trials and convicted. And if they are convicted, they need to be executed. All of them. Line right the hell up, one after another.
On television.
Seriously. If we can prove this, and we can prove it. It's in writing. And we got witnesses. And they need to be held accountable to this stuff. And again, remember a couple of days ago, one of the reports that came out said there's going to be more revealed in the next couple of days. Well, this is the next couple of days. And this just got revealed today. Tulsi Gabbard more on Clapper, making sure that the fake intelligence got pushed through fast before anybody could do anything about it. And they all had to get on board to say, yeah, we agree with you, Chief. Absolutely right, boy. That damn Donald Trump. So they could impeach him and try to, oh my God. I mean, this led up, again, this was the beginning of the stuff that led half of America to say Donald Trump is a Nazi and a dictator and is going to ruin America and ruin our democracy, and therefore he should be killed. And they tried to kill him twice. They shot him in the face because of this stuff. This is what started the momentum about how bad Donald Trump is for America. I mean, honestly, I'm just flabbergasted. This is the worst thing that's ever happened in this country. And again, I don't know how it's going to get any better, because nothing's changed for the Democrats. There's not one Democrat that came forward and said, boy, at least we're cleaning up the crime in Washington, D.C. so we can feel safe again. Nobody, not one. Not one. They're turning into, Trump's a Nazi taking over the government with armed troops. Oh
Everything that Democrats now is in the open, basically showing that they're socialists at best, communists at worst, right. And they don't care about the average American. They don't care about crime. They want more criminals. Yeah. It's more power for them.
And they're anti-Americans.
Yeah, they hate this country. They do. They hate themselves and they hate their country.
God. Flounder, can we do the John Oliver thing here?
Sure.
Let's do it. John Oliver, the liberal host on HBO and whatever he's doing, has a show, and he was talking about how even he is tired of suspected child molester Chuck Schumer and his antics over what's going on in Washington, D.C. Here's John Oliver.
But I actually want to talk less about Chuck Schumer himself and more about two of his favourite people, Joe and Eileen Bailey. They're a couple that throughout Schumer's career, he has talked about a lot.
They're a middle-class couple in Massapequa, which is a suburb on Long Island.
Joe and Eileen Bailey, this middle-class couple, they bought into Reagan republicanism in 1980. Joe and Eileen are worried about losing their jobs or their friends' jobs.
The Baileys really don't believe in trickle-down.
That's true.
They don't believe in a whole lot of government spending, but they believe in tax breaks for kids to go to college. He's an insurance adjuster and lives in the New York suburbs. By New York standards, he makes $50,000 a year. If he lived in the middle of the country, he'd make $40,000. Wife works in a medical office. She makes about $20,000. She might make $15,000 elsewhere. And I have guided my political life through the Baileys.
The Baileys have guided Chuck Schumer's political life, which is a little weird given they don't exist. Seriously, he invented them. Schumer first introduced the world to the Baileys in his 2007 book, Positively American, Winning Back the Middle Class Majority, One Family at a Time. In it, he mentions the Baileys an astonishing 265 times in 264 pages. But he'd apparently been talking about them for years before the book was published. One of his former spokespeople said he's always asking, what would the Baileys think? And to be fair, Schumer acknowledges that some may find this a little weird.
If you ask my staff, I've been talking about that and talking to the Baileys for 15 years. I have conversations with them. One of my staffers once said I had imaginary friends to the press. Got me in some trouble. But these people are real, and I respect them, and I really love them, and I care about them.
Okay, sure, but they're literally not real, Chuck. But even if you can understand the potential utility of creating a prototypical voter in your head, this goes way beyond that, because Schumer's given the Baileys an unnecessarily detailed backstory. For instance, he said Joe takes off his cap and sings along with the national anthem before the occasional Islanders game. Okay. And when their daughter Megan, oh yeah, they've got kids by the way, told Eileen a friend was caught cheating on a quiz, Eileen was appalled because lying is not tolerated in the house ever. Also, Eileen apparently helps with the clothing drive at her church, and her father had a prostate cancer scare a few years ago. Again, this is a made-up family. None of these people exist. But wait, I'm still not done. Apparently, Joe Bailey would never have a goatee. They watch Sex and the City and Desperate Housewives, though Joe pretends not to like either show. They think most baseball players probably take steroids, and if they were to ever go out to a Chinese restaurant, they would order Kung Pao chicken. That is a J.R.R. Tolkien level of gratuitous backstory, and I don't say that lightly. But the Baileys do seem to have a lot of sway over Schumer's politics, as he's brought them up when discussing everything from the 2008 financial crisis to cybersecurity, which he framed as protecting the security the Baileys feel when they go online to buy birthday presents. And to hear Schumer tell it, the Baileys' views can be complicated.
The Baileys are not anti-immigration, but they are anti-illegal immigration. They really dislike the Enron executives who stole money, but they hate the people who burn the flag even more. They are pro-choice. They understand that a fundamental decision like that should be made by the individual, but they're glad their church isn't.
Really? Are you sure about that? And the more you hear about the Baileys, the more it feels like they represent a very particular slice of the electorate. Schumer said that they supported the civil rights and anti-Vietnam War movements because they understood that morality was on the side of the protesters. But starting in the late 60s, when those protesters cursed the returning veterans and Stokely Carmichael advocated armed resistance against the white ruling class, the Baileys were lost, which, fun fact, is both a misleading history of the civil rights movement and what people who never supported it tend to say. And yet Schumer will insist the Baileys' concerns are widespread and that they could just as easily have been the Ramirez's of Port Chester, the Kims of Elk Grove, California, or the Saleems of Dearborn, Michigan. But crucially, for all he talks about how much he loves the Baileys, they don't seem to return that love, because in 2021, he explained how the Baileys had voted in the past few presidential elections.
They voted for Clinton and then they voted for Bush. They're not a member of one party or another. They're independent.
Did they vote for Donald Trump?
Both of them did in 2016. Joe Bailey still did in 2020 with misgivings.
God, he's still talking about these people.
Yeah. The Baileys voted for Trump. And just this March, a reporter actually got an update on their voting history.
You said the Baileys voted for Trump in 2016. They split Trump-Biden in 2020. I'm wondering who they voted for in 2024.
Probably voted for Trump.
He's got the whole thing in his head.
But if you ask them why, I think they'd say, above all crime.
Okay, so to recap, of the 6 votes the Baileys had across the last 3 presidential elections, 5 went to Donald Trump, most recently because of crime, which, for what it's worth, was down in every category last year, with violent crime at its lowest rate in 20 years. They also think the civil rights movement went too far and aren't against immigration, just illegal immigration. And this is the couple who, in Chuck Schumer's own words, have guided his political life. And at this point, it might be worth asking, is that a good idea?
Anyway, there's John Oliver on Chuck Schumer, so pretty clever. 4:17, little late. Sorry, folks, and Flounder. Here's Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on your hump day. Look out.
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast's premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Democrats just can't get anything right, and isn't that a big league shame? Right now, they're outraged that Donald Trump has exercised his legitimate powers and effectively seized control of the police department in Washington, D.C., and added a couple of hundred National Guardsmen to the mix. Now, why in the world does this upset Democrats so much? Well, just look at virtually all of the major cities in this country. They are all run by Democrats. Democrat mayors, Democrat aldermen, city councilmen, and these cities have a crime problem. Thugtavius and his gang make life miserable for many of these inner city residents. And Washington, D.C., no exception. And here's what Democrats are afraid of. Washington, D.C., under the control of Donald Trump, may suddenly become safe, or reasonably safe. People will be back out on the streets in the evening again. Reports of crime will go down. A police chief like the one in Washington, D.C., that doesn't understand the phrase chain of command will be relegated to pushing papers around her desk, and people will take notice. Look at Washington, D.C. It's safer now. It's more pleasant now. Why? Democrats aren't running the show. And then people, who knows, maybe even here in Atlanta will say, maybe that's the answer. Maybe we ought to think again before we give Democrats complete control of city government. Oh, and MARTA. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to take MARTA to the airport again? The screams from the left are only going to get louder, and I'm going to enjoy them even more. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
You upgrade your phone, you upgrade your wardrobe, even your lawn. So why not upgrade the part of your home that actually protects your family? Southern Exteriors specializes in roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and they're making it easier than ever before with 10% off any job or 12 months of 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I know the folks at Southern Exteriors. They show up, they do it right, and they stand behind their work. Call them today, 877-9-SOUTHERN, or visit southernexteriors.co.
Hey, are you taking advantage of all this month of August? Rebates at Atlanta Safe House for Browning safes. This is a big time, Charlie, because I think the first gun safe I ever had was a Browning safe. At Atlanta Safe House, man, they've got rebates going through now the entire month of August on Browning rebates for their safes, and you'll save a whole bunch. By the way, if you have a safe that's broken or needs repair, they can repair your safe. They can change your master reset code. And by the way, these safes, these babies are always on special. And don't forget, you don't pay any sales tax on gun safes at Atlanta Safe House. They have a showroom in Acworth up there on Industrial Boulevard. They got almost 200 of them right there. They can arrange the insides any way you like. They have pistol safes and gun safes and jewelry safes, and they can make you a vault door. They can build you a family storm shelter. They can rent you a safe. If you're doing something or have a convention, need stuff saved, they can do that for you too. They really take care of business. Only use military and police, off-duty firefighters, stuff like that, to deliver your safe to your office or home or whatever, because you can trust them. Jeff and Mark, protecting your rights. Nobody's getting your master reset code. Protect your rights and your stuff. Take it from the Kimmer. When I didn't have my safe down in Florida and lost medical records, it cost me. Check them out, atlantasafehouse.com.
Hey, it's Flounder here, and this month at Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we're celebrating love with a full month dedicated to the trend-setting, award-winning designs of Gnome Carver and Crown Ring, two of the most iconic names in bridal jewelry. Whether you're shopping for an engagement ring or wedding bands, we've got the largest selection in Atlanta. Special offers all month long, and every piece is backed by our low price guarantee. Even on Gnome Carter's latest Luna collection featuring a patented pillow comfort interior. And here's something you don't want to miss. Wedding Band Weekend is happening August 15th through 17th for 3 days only. Buy one wedding band, get one half off on all wedding bands in the store. It's the perfect time to find your forever rings. Come see us on Peachtree Road in Buckhead, on Old Milton Parkway in Alpharetta, or on Fisher Crossings Drive, Sharpsburg. And you can always shop online at SolomonBrothers.com and click Book Appointment for your private consultation with one of our expert jewelers.
Good morning, Mike. What you eating?
You gotta try this.
I can hear you crunching from the next cube over.
This is amazing. I just discovered it this weekend at Lidl. It's Greek Goddess Gourmet Granola. They were sampling it, so I tried it. Then I bought 6 bags.
Wow. Is it cereal?
Can be. Or an amazing trail mix. It's great for a meal or a snack.
What's in it?
Well, they have 2 flavors, maple oat and harvest nut, which is my favorite. It's made with whole grain oats, almonds, pecans, raisins, coconut, and the sweet taste of pure maple syrup. Maple oat is a simpler take on their delicious granola. It's got wholesome oats, plump raisins, coconut, and maple syrup.
That sounds healthy and delicious.
That's why I can't stop crunching, Susan.
Greek Goddess Gourmet Granola. It's a breakfast or on-the-go snack you can feel good about. It's dairy-free and gluten-free, and with only 2 grams of added sugar per serving, even your belly will love it. Pick some up at Lidl, Amazon, GreekGoddessGourmet.com, or at specialty stores near you.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Ba-da-da-da. Got a Lake Allatoona memory coming up here with this group. 1973, Leonard Skinner. Yeah. Their debut album, Leonard Skinner. Several of the album's tracks are among the band's most well-known. Gimme 3 Steps, Simple Man, Tuesday's Gone, and of course, Free Bird, which launched Leonard Skinner into national stardom. The cover photograph for this album was taken on Main Street in Jonesboro, Georgia. And at one point, back when I was married, I had bought a boat, and Wayne No Offense and I, my producer at the time, shared a slip in at Lake Allatoona. And next to us in the slip was one of the drummers for Leonard Skinner, who was a great guy. I can't remember his name. He was a great guy. And unfortunately, as I recall, they asked him to leave because he had a habit of just emptying his trash over the side in the dock area or something. But he was a great guy, and he was one of the drummers with the band. Anyway, so cool guy. Anyway, there we go. Birthday. Oh, yeah, Joycelyn Elders. Remember her? Joycelyn Elders. She's 92. She was the first black Surgeon General and a complete idiot. You'll recall Bill Clinton had to fire her because she got in trouble and a little too controversial. Well, because she publicly was talking about how young girls could avoid pregnancy if they want to have sex by just doing it themselves. She got fired for encouraging masturbation. Well, okay, but there's not the right way.
Why does that make her an idiot? That's a natural truth. I mean, it works.
It got her fired. The way she went about it got her fired
by speaking the truth.
Yeah, well, okay.
She spoke the truth, and it was too early for the 1980s.
Right, Jesus, all right. So from now, all right,
she spoke the truth.
Okay, well, like I say, she was a wonderful. She did everything right in her whole life, and no reason to fire her.
What did she say that was wrong?
Should have been lauded. Jesus, get off my freaking case. God.
I'm just saying, you called her an idiot. I'm saying, well, what did she do? She spoke the truth.
And on this day in history, 1889. Jesus. Hanson Goodrich patents the modern stovetop coffee pot. This thing had a broad base for boiling, an upflow central tube, and a perforated basket hanging from the thing. His design in 1889 could transform any standard coffee pot into a stovetop percolator. And if you've never operated a stovetop percolator coffee pot, you've missed everything. Hell, he used to make songs about it that made rock and roll charts. Subsequent patents about the coffee pot have added very little, basically almost nothing, since his design in 1889. And I remember the sound when my mother would put on a pot of coffee in a percolator, and it was like the Maxwell House commercial growing up, as I recall. Bump, 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 kind of good to the last drop kind of thing, and they would do the percolator. Anyway, 428, Kevin Payton Flounder on your hump day. And Flounder, we have a lot of things. We have Johnny Olson up there looking at somebody in the audience to try to be part of our afternoon entertainment here today on the Kevin Payton Flounder Show on 106.3. What do you got, Pete Davis? What's up?
All right, we got a game here. It's football season pretty soon, so it's another college football game. You two ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Of the Power Four conferences, the Big Four, all right?
Yeah.
What team has the longest losing streak all time?
Oh, boy. Of all games for the record for the seasons of all time historically, wow.
The longest losing streak of games lost in a row. Who is the worst
ACC.
team for that? No, not the ACC. How about you, Flounder?
Big Ten.
Big Ten. So the team is in the Big Ten. That's narrowed it down. So who is it?
Well, how about let's see. University of Illinois or someplace.
Nope, not Illinois. Flounder.
Maryland?
No, not Maryland. It was 34 losses in a row, and I'll give you a hint. They're known for journalism.
Northwestern?
Yeah,
Northwestern, that's right. Northwestern, all right.
Well, he called you. Of course, he guessed out of turn, but that's all right. I mean, not that it matters.
Okay.
No, it's fine. We're both a team
got it
thing.
first.
Yeah, no, it really is. Oh, God. Oh. Woo.
What SEC team has the longest losing streak?
Let's see. South Carolina.
Auburn?
Absolutely. South Carolina. You got it right off the bat.
I'll be
They
damned.
didn't join to 1992, but they are Southeastern Conference. All right. And unbelievably, the second team, Alabama at 17.
I'll be damned.
Alabama
Wow.
once lost 17 games in a row.
Wow.
All right. Who do you think lost more games in a row, Georgia Tech or Georgia?
Well, probably Georgia because it's a quiz.
I'll go Georgia Tech.
All right. Georgia Tech lost 13 games in a row, and Georgia has only lost 8 games in a row. That's their longest losing streak ever.
Wow.
Let me point out that Ole Miss has only lost 7 games in a row.
Oh, well, Ole
which
Miss,
is better
therefore, is much better than either Georgia school. So
that's true. And what team has the least amount of losses in a row all time? 5. They only lost 5 in a row. That's the most they've ever lost in a row.
Of the SEC or of any conference?
No, any kind.
Oh, man. Well, probably someone like USC or Notre
Not
Dame.
USC.
Notre Dame.
UCLA?
No, not USC is second. They lost only 6 in a row, along with Tennessee. Ohio State has only lost 5 in a row. And then you
Woody
got
Hayes
Tennessee,
and
South
days.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at 7, you got Penn State, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Michigan, and Arizona State. They've only lost 7 in a row.
Oh, I'll be darned.
That's pretty good.
Of course, who are they playing, Anyway, well, that was weird. 4:31, Kimmer Payton Flounder, and just stuff coming up here. I'm in a really funky mood. I'm not, something's wrong.
Wednesday, it's hump day.
Yeah, it's hump day. And I want to go ride my chopper as fast as I can.
Into a brick wall.
Yeah, over a cliff.
Don't do the Sons of Anarchy.
What's that?
No, into a Mercedes.
Yeah.
Mercedes.
Well, I'm calling David Van Sant first. Get ready, David.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 1063 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 1063 app now and start streaming.
Hey, are you taking advantage of all this month of August? Rebates at Atlanta Safe House for Browning safes. This is a big time, Charlie, because I think the first gun safe I ever had was a Browning safe. At Atlanta Safe House, man, they've got rebates going through now the entire month of August on Browning rebates for their safes, and you'll save a whole bunch. By the way, if you have a safe that's broken or needs repair, they can repair your safe. They can change your master reset code. And by the way, these safes, these babies are always on special. And don't forget, you don't pay any sales tax on gun safes at Atlanta Safe House. They have a showroom in Acworth up there on Industrial Boulevard. They got almost 200 of them right there. They can arrange the insides any way you like. They have pistol safes and gun safes and jewelry safes, and they can make you a vault door. They can build you a family storm shelter. They can rent you a safe. If you're doing something or have a convention, need stuff saved, they can do that for you too. They really take care of business. Only use military and police, off-duty firefighters, stuff like that to deliver your safe to your office or home or whatever, because you can trust them. Jeff and Mark, protecting your rights. Nobody's getting your master reset code. Protect your rights and your stuff. Take it from the Kimmer. When I didn't have my safe down in Florida and lost medical records, it cost me. Check them out. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
You need a pre-owned car or truck, but you don't need the headache of searching for one. Spending hours calling dealerships, then spending half the day filling out paperwork.
Come on.
You need the Honest Car Guy.
Hey, this is Tom from the Honest Car Guy. We help you buy your next pre-owned car or truck honestly. We guarantee each vehicle we sell will come with a copy of the bill of sale, showing what we paid for it. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee. Guaranteed.
Get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. Many people assume their taxes will automatically go down once they retire and stop collecting paychecks. Sean, is this a dangerous assumption?
It can be, because you know what? Lower taxes in retirement can be a myth. It's not always true, right? Remember, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could be taxed, right? Your traditional IRA and 401k income is 100% taxable, so that needs to be accounted for. And that's why it's so important to find ways to reduce or eliminate your taxes wherever possible.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
Hey, look, now is the time to start looking ahead and identifying your tax liabilities in retirement. Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get a copy today by calling or texting the word WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters on everything from Social Security to investments to income planning. We include guides in there as well as on strategies for income planning, for taxes, and even dealing with recessions in retirement, among other things. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text the word WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy Framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. And the team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Firm does not provide tax services.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro's swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Thinking about buying a firearm for home defense or personal safety, but don't know where to start? Start with True Prep. They're a family-owned store focused on education, safety, and community. Their Firearm Fundamentals for First-Time Buyers Workshop has been so popular, they've added a new date on August 24th to meet the demand. Plus, they just launched a sale, 20% off all used guns and gear, excluding consignments, now through August 31st. Learn about the purchasing process, gun safety, selecting the right gun, and more. Visit TruePrep.com. That's TRUPrep.com to sign up today.
This is Bruce Hagan. The law in Georgia has changed, and if you have been injured in a car crash, it's going to be harder than ever to get insurance companies to treat you fairly. What you need is a real lawyer on your side, not some phony TV or billboard lawyer who doesn't even know how to get to the courthouse. I've been a Georgia super lawyer for 20 straight years, and we try cases and we win. We get results for our clients. Call me, get in touch, hagan-law.com. We are real lawyers who will win your personal injury case.
Promises made, promises kept. The president is making the economy great again. He's securing the border for America's safety, and the mainstream media still wants to tear him down.
The media wants Donald Trump to fail. That's their goal. That's how they'll report his progress.
But we know the truth, and we give you the perspective that other stations won't. Atlanta's only conservative voice is Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Da-dum. Love and Spoonful, 1966, 3 weeks at number 1, began on this day in singles charts. Summer in the City was number 8 in Britain. It features a series of car horns, and the instrumental bridge started with a Volkswagen Beetle horn, then ends up with a jackhammer to give the impression of the sounds of Summer in the City, obviously. Love and Spoonful, 1966. Our phone calls take priority. Rick the Painter. It's Rick the Painter. How's your Wednesday there, Rick? What's going on, man?
Hey, brother, happy hump day. Hey,
yeah.
You know, you're talking about people are just angry these days.
I am very angry. Yeah, angry.
They're just angry.
Yeah.
Well, I went to dinner last night, and my waiter, he seemed to be angry, but, you know, the service was good. I mean, well, he just seemed angry. The food was good. Anyway, I got my check. I asked him for my check.
Yeah.
And he asked me, he says, you want a box for your leftovers? I said, oh, no, I don't like to fight. You can have them.
I want a box for your leg. Oh, in other words, you thought he wanted to fight. Oh, so to put it in the box or fight the. I got it. For a second.
You know, every single morning I get hit by the same bike.
The same bike? My God.
Yeah. It's a vicious cycle.
Vicious cycle. You should probably go to a different spot. I don't know. 439. Kimber Peyton Flounder. And our birthday list includes Debbie Mazard. You know who that is? If you saw her face, you know.
Yeah.
She's a hottie. I've always liked her. Every time she's popped up someplace.
A turned up nose.
Debbie, she's cute, perky, pretty, kind of, black eyes, black hair, Italian.
Sassy. Like Marisa Tomei.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking of, too, as a comparison. Debbie Mazar is 61. She was in Goodfellas, L.A. Law, did a lot of stuff in the TV series, and also Entourage. She was a big hit, and if you watch that. Debbie Mazar, 61 today. And I always thought she was real perky, flashy, and kind of a cool character. A big day in history today, 1961. Shortly after midnight, German soldiers started laying down barbed wire and bricks in the city of Berlin. After World War II, Germany was divided into 4 sections: Soviet, American, British, and French zones. The problem was Soviets tried to block West Berlin. The American Allied airlift foiled it, and by 1961, 1,000 East Germans were leaving West Germany to West Germany in search of better opportunities. 1,000 East Germans, including skilled laborers, professionals, and intellectuals, were leaving East Berlin to go into West Berlin every day before the wall was built. So the communist leader of East Germany got the go-ahead from Nikita Khrushchev, and they started building overnight. This night, laying 100 miles of barbed wire, then 6-foot-high, 96-mile-long wall of blocks, guard towers, machine gun posts, and searchlights. Residents woke up the first morning cut off from friends and family on the other side of the wall in their city. Kennedy tried to do the I'm a Berliner speech in front of the wall in 1963. That didn't do too much. The height of the wall was raised to 10 feet in 1970 to stop the escape attempts. 5,000 East Germans escaped. Many more tried and were shot. In the 1980s, East Germany, with the decline of the Soviet Union, started to implement some liberal reforms. People started climbing over the wall and dismantle it in 1989. And the symbol of the Cold War repression was basically destroyed eventually. East and West Germany became one nation again, the formal Treaty of Unification in 1990. And a lot of us, including me, have actual rocks or chunks of rocks from the Berlin Wall. I know you have some, and they've been, and now I assume when they, I got them from what I think is a legitimate source. I don't recall it. I mean, it was 30 years ago or whatever. But we have to assume that they're real. But I hope that they're real.
I trusted the young lady. She worked for me at Alma 88. She was one of my news people, and she was a German and went back home to visit and came back and with little pieces with the art on it.
Yeah,
so.
I have some colored green or something, some little, where they had people do graffiti, I guess, or something. Yeah, pretty cool. Flounder, have you ever seen any East German Berlin Wall block chunk?
No, I have not.
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen it.
Come in little packages and stuff occasionally. Pretty cool. Yeah. All right, here we got 443 at Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Is there any word more about John Brennan fleeing America to try to avoid subpoenas or anything? Again, and now the latest Clapper has now been caught. God bless her. Tulsi Gabbard just released some more emails today, and it shows very clearly that James Clapper, former director of national intelligence, deliberately had his intelligence team use fake and compromised material, rushing it through. And when people are saying, wait a minute, this doesn't really prove anything about Russian effects of the 2016 election, he said, you have to take it from me. We need the team effort on this. And he did it deliberately. And he's been caught on emails and also witnesses. A testimony from a guy today who has been released by Tulsi Gabbard. And Clapper is as stinky as they get. And the same with Jim Comey, and the same with Brennan. And remember, Brennan in 1976 didn't think Jimmy Carter was liberal enough, and so Brennan voted for Gus Hall, the communist candidate for president of the United States in 1976. John Brennan voted for the communist, and he somehow cleared his clearance process to be the head of the CIA.
He voted for a guy whose party you just described had to put a wall up and machine guns to keep people from leaving.
Yeah, to keep them in. Not to keep people from sneaking into your country, to keep them from going out of your country. I mean, please, that's
communism signed up right there. Nobody's ever died in a raft escaping democracy.
Yeah. Holy smokes. By the way, a couple of quick updates here. Apparently this guy, Mom Danny's radical policies, the communist socialist in New York, the GOP has already put together an ad with all the people who are running coming up using his policies for it. The Democrats are going to go nuts. Also, that killer Kohlberger in prison in Idaho, they're deliberately, all the other prisoners in the top security unit knew he was coming, and they made a pact deliberately to make his life miserable. And so they don't get, all night long they take turns bothering him, yelling, screaming through the air vents. He's complaining to the guards you can't get any sleep because they scream and yell, kicking doors. And I mean, they made a pact to make his life as miserable as possible. I can't wait to see what happens when they put him in the general population. Anyway, the guy who murdered those co-eds and the guys there. All right, 445, Kimmer, Pete, Flounder. How's your hump day? How's it going? Everything all right? Let's see what's happening out there. Go Braves, go Braves. One more in New York, I guess, here.
Extra 106.3 app is your live connection to the station, streaming free across Georgia. But it's also loaded with all our original shows and podcasts. Listen to exclusive shows from Janelle King, Ben Burnett, and so many more. Grab the Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Don't miss a very special Atlanta Braves Alumni Night on August 22nd when the Braves celebrate the 30th anniversary of the 1995 World Series team with a pregame parade through the Battery Atlanta, featuring fan favorites from that team like Greg Maddux, Fred McGriff, Javi Lopez, and more. Plus, the first 15,000 fans will receive a 95 World Series replica ring giveaway presented by Coke. Visit Braves.com/promos to get your tickets. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers. Looking for the right tools, equipment, and expert advice for your next project? Head over to Howard Brothers. They've got the brands you depend on and the people who know their stuff. With locations across North Georgia and a team that's always ready to help, Howard Brothers is your go-to for outdoor power, service, hardware, and more. Stop by today or visit howardbrothers.com and find your local one-stop shop for all of your projects. The grass is always greener and projects are easier when you take care of it with Howard Brothers.
You want reliable income in retirement. Coach Pete's local trusted advisor, Craig Chandler, knows that. Coach Pete, we not only want it, we need it.
Yeah, well, we want people to have a payday every single month or every single year all the way through retirement. So how do you do that? I mean, when you stop working at a company, the paychecks stop. So you need a payday, though, and you need a consistent, persistent, reliable payday, and we like a paycheck annuity or payday annuity. You know, remember Fred Flintstone? He would get all excited every time he got a paycheck. Well, if you'd like to have a Fred Flintstone moment all the way through retirement, we can do that. And I am a retirement income certified professional. I specialize in setting up retirement paychecks you can never outlive. And the beauty of my paychecks, the way we set it up, even if you pass away, your spouse continues to get that same paycheck.
Find out. Call Craig Chandler. Chandler Wealth Management. 800-419-6164. 800-419-6164. 800-419-6164.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Now, I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but let me tell you why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out from the rest. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Everybody wants to play. Many of the local HVAC companies, though, have been sold to large conglomerates. And some are even coming back under new names. But at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, they never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947. And their dedication to our community has never wavered. They are the Grand Slam you can count on. Central's team of experts know the game inside and out, delivering dependable service and personalized solutions every time. So don't get caught off base. Choose the HVAC team that's always been in the game. Get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Turn to your Atlanta Carrier experts, Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, 770-GET-HEAT, or visit them online at centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check them out online at atlturfco.com.
Modular and off-site construction is booming. If you're an architect, building engineer, supplier, developer, or contractor, you can't miss the Off-Site Construction Summit, returning to the International Convention Center in Atlanta on August 19th. With the rising cost of traditional building, modular and off-site construction is changing the way that companies build. It's quicker, cheaper, and offers a faster ROI. So don't miss the Off-Site Construction Summit, coming to the International Convention Center in Atlanta on August 19th. This is your opportunity to learn from and connect with the industry's best. Register today at offsiteconstructionnetwork.com. That's offsiteconstructionnetwork.com.
Can get you out of your mind that you can. Dave Clark 5. they had a bunch of men. They were huge. I remember them. They were as big as the Beatles. To me, I know everybody's shaking their head. I know they weren't. I'm just telling you, in my own.
Why'd you say it?
In my own. In my head, you're wrong. In my head, I'm telling you, the radio stations I listened to when I was a teenager in the '60s would play Dave Clark 5 as much as they played the Beatles, or even more than the Rolling Stones. And I'm telling you, they were huge as I was growing up. And maybe it was just the radio stations played an awful lot of Dave Clark 5. Really, they were as popular and as big and often played as the Beatles or anybody else, even more than most. Anyway, obviously they weren't. I don't think they were near as good or more powerful as as a band for the impact they had. But on this day in I got to get to the eye doctor. 1965, Mike Smith, their lead singer, Dave Clark 5, had 2 broken ribs when the band was in Chicago beginning their U.S. tour, and some fans pulled him off the stage and broke his ribs. That's better than, I guess, not as good as tearing off your clothes. Anyway, to the phones, take a priority. A couple of Kimmer babes on here. Leela, hey, babe, you're on the radio. What's going on?
Hey, Kimmer. I have a story about the wall. In 1971, Agnes Scott sent a group over to Germany, and we were studying in Marburg, but we took a trip to West Berlin. Mm-hmm. And we took the S-Bahn to Checkpoint Charlie, and some of us had to go back to the consulate to have our passports updated because at that point they automatically changed them to 5 years, but we didn't have diplomatic relations.
Yeah.
So we actually had to get the stamp. Anyway, the German professor, Herr Becknaser, and another girl and I had to do that. So we went by ourselves back through Checkpoint Charlie, and we're standing there, and there's this burly female guard checking us up one side and down the other, which was scary in itself. So we go through, and Saturday night in West Berlin, it's all light and gaiety and everything, and we go in East Berlin, and it's completely dark.
Yeah.
And so we have our dinner with a friend of his. Then we go back, and we have to go through the checkpoint again. And there's this gentleman this time who's checking us up and down, and I'm standing there stiff as board. And he looks up at me and smiles, and I'm like, oh, and I remember that smile 54 years later.
Wow.
So we go back on the S-Bahn, get in West Berlin, which is, again, all light and gaiety and everything. And 54 years later, that is an experience that is vivid now, and has made me love this country even more than I ever did before.
I can relate to. I'm telling you, people, and I talk to them all the time, and I've had the same experience. When you go to a foreign country or a place where things are really different, and then you come back, we tend to say, a great story of Berlin Wall, and again, it was an important day on this day. Thank you, Leela, appreciate it. Ruby, I think, is still on the phone. Hey, Ruby, you're on the radio. How's it going? What's up?
Hi. Remember, you're the man of my dreams. Remember I told you I dreamt about you?
Oh, I do remember that, Ruby.
And I asked you if you drove at night, and you said, baby, let's go.
That's right. I'm
taking you up on that.
I'm all over that baby right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Friday, October 24th.
Yeah.
Do you know where the Byers is in Sandy Springs at the corner of Johnson Ferry and Roswell Road?
I'm sure I got, what's it called? The what? The Byers?
BYERS. It's with the Sandy Springs, the new government building there.
Okay, all right.
They're
okay.
having a concert Friday, October 24th.
Yeah.
Stirred, Not Shaken. It's a group of 8 men who sing. And Flounder or Pete can look it up. Yeah. We could go for dinner. And remember I told you we would go Dutch because I didn't want you to feel
No. Whoa.
Remember, I said I'd pay my way. At least that way, if we didn't hit it off, you'd have dinner and a concert anyway.
So, I don't think I've actually been asked out on a date, in 25 years, but
as a friend, you told me to call back and flirt with you.
That's right.
You don't even remember you did that.
No,
but what? I have to tell you got to stop feeding carrots to those horses. You know that, don't you?
Why do I have to stop feeding carrots to the horses?
Well, because you need to be eating them yourself for the beta-carotene. Otherwise, how are your eyes going to be in good shape to drive at night when you go?
I'm still hanging loose for the night driving, but I got to go. If I didn't get to play with other people's horses on the weekend, I don't know what I'd do. So,
okay, well, you know what? After the concert, we'll stop at a quiet little place and we'll have a little after-concert drink.
Oh, boy.
But we should have some carrots for you. You can still give them to the horses. We'll have some for you to keep your eyes in good shape, because you'll have to drive me home. So, anyhow.
Don't drive you home.
That's flirting.
Bend over, he'll drive.
Kakaboomba. Well, thank you so much, Ruby, for getting my my ICD breast implant going again here pretty quickly. Rat-a-tat-tat. You're very sweet.
Now, if you have time for the real reason I called, remember I had my horoscope and it was supposed to make people smile and laugh?
Yeah.
Well, I think if Flounder can find me some of Los's soundboard with, some schmaltzy music with maybe some harps going, and then I will say, this is Ruby with the feminine touch. This is a new touch to the show. You have 3 men there, but you need some feminine what would you call it? Just a feminine touch.
A feminine touch.
So what I do is I would, the first thing I would say would be, I would tell you, I could tell you a joke. Yeah. I could tell you a T-shirt saying and some words of wisdom. Do you want to hear any words of wisdom?
Pick one or the other. We have time for one of those. Absolutely, Ruby. Please go ahead. It'll be fine.
Okay, so words of wisdom. Yeah. Coco Chanel, the women's clothing designer back in the 30s and 40s, she said, the best things in life are free. Yeah. But the second best things in life are very, very expensive.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. It's like Mae West once said, goodness, those are beautiful diamonds. And she said, goodness has nothing to do with it. Or something like that. Well, Ruby, it's always a pleasure. You're getting my heart going here, a little tingle, sweetie. But first, Flounder's funny before we coming up.
We're just Alpharetta here in between Athens and Atlanta. Nice little spot for a comedy club, We'll split it with Athens over there, but good thing about this comedy club is it's real close to the airport, which I appreciate. It was, I took a $65 United flight and $72 Uber, so it's not a big deal, man. One of those transportation left the ground, the other one didn't. Did you know that? It cost me more to get here from Atlanta than it did from New York City to Atlanta. Insane. I mean, I know when Uber drivers pick people up headed to Alpharetta at the Atlanta airport, you cannot wipe the grin off of their face. No, it's the last ride of their day. Alpharetta, I'm gonna drop you off and I'm going home, man. The price of your ride is my target for the day. I was trying to do $92, and that's what we've got you pegged for, Bubba. So, anyways, I fly out on Sunday, but I'm going to leave Saturday morning just so
How is that, Flounder?
That is Mr. Derek Stroop.
Very funny guy. All right, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, Humpity Hump Day on 106.3. It's almost 5 o'clock. We still have tweets and Holy Crap at Sports and another Flounder's Funny and your calls. So look out. Here we go.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station, Extra 106.3.
Who's that
at the table. I'm John Saucier, Fox News. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky meeting with other European leaders in Berlin this week. Fox's Alex Hogan has more out of London.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is in Berlin, Germany today as European leaders raise their concerns ahead of President Donald Trump's meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska on Friday. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz organized today's virtual meetings to present a united European voice. Zelensky and Merz spoke with the leaders of Finland, France, Britain, Italy, Poland, the EU, and NATO, and detailed their phone call with President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. Zelensky said he warned Trump today that Putin is bluffing about wanting to end the war and called for increased pressure on Russia. In London, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
The Trump administration wins a temporary appeals court ruling over foreign aid.
A federal appeals court is lifting a lower court ruling that had required the Trump administration to continue making foreign aid payments. Aid organizations sued, arguing President Trump is in violation of federal law by not spending money authorized by Congress. A district court judge agreed, but a ruling from the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals says that decision was wrong because those aid groups cannot bring a freestanding suit, ruling instead a challenge to the federal statute must be brought by the Comptroller General, who leads the Government Accountability Office. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Harvard University and the Trump administration getting close to an agreement that would require the Ivy League university to pay $500 million to regain access to federal funding and to end investigations. The framework is still being sorted out with significant gaps to close, but both sides have agreed on the financial figure. A settlement could be finalized in coming weeks. This would end a months-long battle that has tested the boundaries of government's authority over America's universities. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're a different kind of wireless company dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Because let's face it, our needs are different. Big wireless unlimited plans are designed for 20-somethings, not us. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on one thing, bringing you affordable, reliable rate plans that suit your needs, not ours. How do we do that? We start by using the same towers as the big guys, the exact same towers. We then create rate plans designed for your usage. The fact is, we can offer you an unlimited plan with the same network quality for less because we understand how you use wireless services. Our plans start at just $20 a month. And forget trying to chat with robots. You'll get 100% US-based award-winning customer service when you need help. Come find out how wireless should be and join the millions who've made the switch.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank. Ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the cover. How you doing? With Pete Davis and Flounder. And it's Hump Day on 106.3. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. And Braves are in town. We got Holy Crap of Sports coming up. We still have some Pete's tweets and your phone calls and a lot of stuff going on politically. And again, more scandal. And again, just the other day, one of the stories mentioned the author of the report said there's more information coming out in the next few days about the scandal of the former administration of the Biden team, the anti-American traitors to this country, and now we've got another name and another story, and it's all coming up. And in fact, and a couple things, Donald Trump now may have to declare a national emergency, and anyway, you got all kinds of weird stuff coming up. Also, just a quick update, just a warning. About the Tootsie Roll Pops. I know I warned you before that sometimes the Tootsie Roll Pop itself comes off the stick, and it could be a choking hazard because it's bigger than a normal, like a gumball or something. Flounder, I just went in. You can confirm this to me truly. I'm going to tell you now, something just happened. It's the damnedest thing has never happened in my life before at my age in all these years. I have cut my tongue on a Tootsie Roll Pop.
I saw the crack. He came in and showed me.
It's unbelievable. There's a crack in the candy, and it's as hard as
you have a lawsuit on your hands.
It's as hard as plastic, by the way. And this Tootsie Roll Pop, you can't really see it on the tape, but there's a crevice, a crack from where the candy at one point in shipping or whatever, it cracked or came off, and there's a very sharp section, and I actually cut my tongue from having and it hurts. I mean, it's not bleeding or anything, but I actually have a little cut on my tongue from the Tootsie Roll Pop. Damnedest thing I've had.
That's going to make your date uncomfortable,
Yeah, with Ruby.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle her. I don't know. I got a feeling.
All I know is, Ruby, don't take his love to town.
Don't tell him to town, no. I think she wants to rough me up. I don't.
Spanker, spanky right here.
Yeah. Did you ever have a girl who wanted to rough you up? Got a little rough on you?
No.
I never. Flounder, did you ever? Oh, never mind. Sorry, no. No, that would never.
Pleading the fifth.
Oh, hey, I never saw it. I'm just trying to think. I didn't date. I'm not a good example of anything, for example. I never had, I had some tough chicks, but I never had one to want to rough me up. I'm still thinking about that damn Mark Spain commercial with that.
I'll tie you up. That's a different thing. But
well, I've had ones who wanted the reverse of the things, which I've gotten nervous about. But anyway, Kimber Payton.
Tell us more.
No. And she was recommended by my ex-girlfriend. And after we broke up, and she recommended a blind date with her friend who was very kinky anyway. That wasn't going to last. No. All right. No, that's not the Kimmer. 507, Kimmer, Pete and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And once again, Tulsi Gabbard is releasing information that helps us understand exactly how bad the former administration was to this country. There's a very long story just released on Fox News a little while ago. I won't do all of it, but the highlights are the former director of national intelligence, James Clapper, directed his intelligence team to compromise normal procedures so they could rush through a fake intelligence assessment, despite concerns from the director of national security, Mike Rogers, who said, no, we don't have enough team to do this properly, enough time to get it done. We can't rely on it. The email released today by Tulsi Gabbard reinforces what we know. The decision to compromise standards and violate the protocols to create the manufactured fake intelligence assessment came from the top. Clapper's own words confirm complying with the order to manufacture the fake intelligence was, quote, a team sport. The Obama administration allegedly manufactured politicized intelligence to create the narrative that Russia was attempting to influence the 2016 election. Clapper and Brennan and Comey all together. I've just returned from a study overseas and been updated on efforts to produce a joint product related to the Russian attribution story. And he said, I know this. They're on a fast track, and that's wrong. This is the guy Rogers trying to stop it. He said, I want to reach out to you directly, let you know I have concerns about this. My team has said we don't have access to underlying intelligence. We can't review this stuff. I'm concerned that my folks aren't comfortable saying that they've had enough time to review it if it comes to that. Rogers clarified, we're not saying we don't agree substantively, but we want to make sure we have time to really look at this stuff. If the intent is to create an integrated product jointly authored, we need to know a process allows us to be comfortable, and we're not there yet. He warned Clapper, we can't be on board with this. If the email is to create a CIA only or FBI only authorized product, I'll stand down on these concerns. I'd welcome your thoughts. Clapper said, understand your concern. It is essential that we, CIA, NSA, FBI, Director of National Intelligence, that's all four. It is essential that all four of us be on the same page and are all supportive of the report in the highest tradition of that's our story, and we're sticking to it. This is one project that has to be a team sport, unquote, James Clapper. He just got outed by himself in writing that we need to get together to fake this information. And again, yesterday we told the story of Brennan, who said he wanted to make sure that he used fake intelligence with a direct purpose to get and indict Donald Trump. And it started with Puttitat and continued through Biden. And it's in writing. So okay, where's the arresting officers? Where are the handcuffs? I mean, this is a beginning, but and
Where's
again,
the Pork with CNN there at 5 in the morning?
Well, again, that's right. And by the way, when they go, oh God, please, when they go get Clapper, I hope to God that Donald Trump demands, that Kash Patel demands that they have helicopter gunships aboard his house, that they have boats in the freaking, any bottle of water near his house, they have boats with SWAT teams on it, that they have like 25 guys with machine guns and bulletproof vests and stuff like that, and searchlights, and they go barging in doors, just like they did to everybody that they tried to attack. But oh my God, this would be great. And have all the media there to report it live at 5 o'clock in the morning when they bust in on your butt. Oh my God! Just treat them the just way. Yeah, and go through your wife's underpants too. How about that, scumbag? You'll go through her lingerie drawers.
Yeah,
and get it all, and then take all the evidence you find and stack it into fake, examples of how you've been looking through it with your friends at parties to pretend that you were misusing the information they found, like they did with Donald Trump. Remember that? The FBI took out the evidence of the stuff that they said he was supposedly hiding or misusing, and they faked it as though he were like maybe having fun with it for games and parties and stuff. What a freaking disgrace. And that was Christopher Wray. And by the way, there was also Christopher Wray who was in charge of hiding the evidence that Brennan wanted to indict Donald Trump. Christopher Wray was the FBI director, and he covered it up, and he hid it, and he did nothing. And the man ought to be in jail for treason. He's a traitor. God, disgrace of Atlanta. Seriously.
When is he going to have to answer for all this?
He hid it. He hid the evidence. He covered it up. And then he didn't tell the truth about the Hunter laptop because he didn't want it to affect the election because it would affect it for Donald Trump.
Yep.
What freaking scumbags. I hate these people, I swear to God. What they've done to America. And again, we're never going to get over it. Families aren't going to come together again. You think that my daughters are going to suddenly say, well, I guess Trump's okay? Please. The rest of my life, I will never be able to talk politics in front of my children. I will never be able. I tried when I was with them on the beach back in the spring, and I tried to say, "Boy, this Doge thing is really great because they just saved $100 billion from this." And Sarah said, "No, we can't talk politics." I said, "Sweetie, this isn't politics. This is how the government's saving billions of dollars in tax money that you and I are paying." I said, "This is not pro or con, Democrat or Republican. This is how our country's getting better." I wouldn't hear it. Wouldn't hear it because it was something that Donald Trump is doing correctly and properly. Again, I'll never be able to have even conversations like that with my own children. I mean, they've ruined it forever. I don't know how we're going to. I don't know how we're going to mend all this. Well, those freaking bad. I mean, honestly, they're going to go to hell when they die. What they've done to this nation, I don't see. I don't. The result. Just don't quit. Don't give up. Anyway, 5:13. Let's get a little sports levity. I've got happiness and goodness in the sports world. Coming up.
We got controversy coming up.
Controversy coming up. It's next. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. And Holy Crap with Pete Davis. Look out.
Need a quick sports fix? Catch Holy Crap, It's Sports with Pete Davis every weekday at 5:20 on The Kimmer Show. It's fast, funny, and a break from the political chaos. Only on Extra 106.3.
You should never need financing for a simple garage door repair, but it's happening here. Out-of-town companies have invaded Atlanta for a cash grab, charging outrageous prices. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Stay local and stay on budget for every opening of your home. All Four Seasons, trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
You've worked hard to save, and many even have a financial advisor. But is your portfolio as efficient as it can be? I'm here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement, where our listeners can get a second opinion on their retirement savings. So, Evan, tell folks the biggest benefits of getting that second look.
Well, it's clarity. It's confidence. And I had a client come in the other day, and she thought, and she is, exceptionally conservative financially. And that's the way she had told her financial advisor to investors. She thought she was paying very little in fees. We came into the full review of her portfolio. She was taking a great deal of risk, so much so that she, in a good market, was down like 15-20%. But then the thing that really put her over the top, the thing that she had no idea is she was paying about 4.5% a year in fees. It was an outrageous kick in the teeth to her. But the good news is there are ways to fix that problem pretty quickly and get you in line with what you actually thought you had.
Second opinions obviously are important, Evan, and as is reviewing what you have in place, right? You don't want to set it and forget it. You don't want to put a retirement plan together and just think, okay, now I'm good for the future, right?
Well, the way I view retirement and retirement plans is they're living, breathing things. Because the one thing I can promise you, I can promise me, and I can promise every single person that walks in our office is life will throw you curveballs. Things will change, and we've got to adapt with them. So if we aren't having annual reviews, and as you get closer to retirement, even more so, we have to adapt and build from there.
If you'd like a second opinion when it comes to your savings and investments, call Atlas Retirement for a complimentary second opinion today. That number is 678-736-7799. That's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword micro to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say micro to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're a different kind of wireless company dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Because let's face it, our needs are different. Big wireless unlimited plans are designed for 20-somethings, not us. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on one thing, bringing you affordable, reliable rate plans that suit your needs, not ours. How do we do that? We start by using the same towers as the big guys, the exact same towers. We then create rate plans designed for your usage. The fact is, we can offer you an unlimited plan with the same network quality for less because we understand how you use wireless services. Our plans start at just $20 a month. And forget trying to chat with robots. You'll get 100% US-based award-winning customer service when you need help. Come find out how wireless should be and join the millions who've made the switch.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
All right, look out now. It's on this date, 1997. Matt Stone and Trey Parker's animated brilliant South Park debuted. The first episode, titled Cartman Gets an Anal Probe. And now sponsored by RBM of Atlanta. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Braves get pounded, speaking of which, in Flushing by the Mets 13-5 last night. Pete Alonso, 2 home runs for New York. Spencer Strider knocked around, fell to 5-10, 4 innings, 8 hits, 8 runs.
Yeah, wow. I know.
Austin Cox in relief, not much better. 2 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs. In fact, the best Atlanta pitcher last night was infielder Luke Williams. 1 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs. It's Luke's 5th pitching appearance of the season, and that's not a good sign when your utility man takes the mound that many times.
Yeah, it's not that good, no.
No. Nacho Alvarez Jr., the best name right now in baseball, 2 RBIs. Same 2 teams tonight, the 2-2 Carlos Carrasco for the Braves, the 7-5 left-hander David Peterson for the Mets. Ozzie Albies batting cleanup tonight. Drake Baldwin is not in the lineup. Ronald Acuna Jr. and Austin Riley are with the team. Ronald could be back in the next couple of days, but Riley felt discomfort when he threw yesterday, so it's going to be a little more for him. Yeah. Chris Sale pitched 2 innings for Gwinnett last night, gave up 1 run, struck out 2 against the Louisville Bats, so good news there. And Braves now 6 games behind the 3rd-place Marlins. The Mets are 5 games behind the 1st-place Phillies in the East. Now, this nugget of joy was sent to me by a co-producer from the mountains of Macon.
Uh-oh.
Here we got ChatGPT and the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign's Full House Modeling has gotten together, basically numbers nerds and a robot.
All right.
Have gotten together to choose the top 25 all-time baseball players of all time.
Oh, my.
This is using era-adjusted WAR, which is EB WAR. You got EF WAR, which is FWAR adjusted, and E WAR, the average of the two. Here's what they come. Who do you think
I don't know what that
chosen?
means. I don't know what that
I know. Nobody does. Nobody knows what the hell that
This
stuff
is a sorority? Again?
No. These are the numbers geeks at the University of Illinois plus ChatGPT AI.
And they came up with the best 25 baseball players of all time? Is that what pro baseball players?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. And supposedly FWAR is wins against replacement or something like that. You know.
Okay. And now we're supposed to guess.
Who do you think they chose number 1?
Number 1? Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio. I mean,
no.
Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays.
No.
Of all time.
All time.
I can't. Shohei Ohtani.
No.
Because they can't. It's got to be an old timer because of all time. They can't do guys who have been there 2 or 3 years.
No.
Who?
No.
What?
Barry Bonds is who they chose as the greatest player of all time. They got Willie Mays 2, Roger Clemens 3, Babe Ruth only 4, Henry Aaron 5, Alex Rodriguez 6, Stan Musial 7, Ty Cobb 8, Greg Maddux 9, and Albert Pujols 10. All right.
Wow.
This was on the CBS Sunday Morning Show.
Okay.
Had I seen it, that would have been a good laugh. It just shows what a combo of numbers nerds and AI know, which is very little about baseball.
Wow.
Barry Bonds could not play the outfield. He had a noodle arm. This is a baseball player.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, you either field, pitch, or hit. He could only do one thing, and that was hit. And also, he had steroids a good portion of his career.
Yeah.
Which is sad because he could have been in the Hall of Fame, him and Roger Clemens both, without the roids. But they did it, and they cheated.
That's right.
And those other guys, Willie Mays and Hank Aaron, did not use steroids.
That's right.
If they popped a greenie every now and then, I don't think that's the same damn thing. Aided tremendously by steroids, those other two, unlike the previous generations. Complete steroid freak was Clemens. Same goes for A-Rod.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth could hit and pitch, is the greatest player ever at this point. Shohei might pass him at some point if he keeps going.
Yeah, but this was way early for that. Yeah.
And it will hurt him that he didn't start till he was, 26, 27 before he came over here or something? Maybe a little less. I'm thinking of Ichiro as well on that.
Yeah.
Willie Mays, number 2. That man could do everything on the field.
Yeah.
Please, a 5-tool player. Aaron close behind, along with Cobb. A lot of people still say Ty Cobb was the greatest all time when you're looking at what he could do. He could hit homers if he wanted to. He just didn't want to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And for Barry Bonds to be considered the greatest ball player of all time, all he could do was hit, and he cheated to do that.
Yeah, that's again. Well, this is mostly AI. I mean, this is geeks and AI,
AI
using
and the
AI.
geeks.
So,
The geeks.
Well,
that are on MLB Network and all these other that think the three true outcomes, the walk, the strikeout, and the home run are the best way to play baseball. Or don't put the ball in play. A strikeout's just as good as putting the ball in play. They're idiots.
My God.
Just my opinion. We welcome yours. All right. Falcons quarterback Michael Penix Jr. involved in a scuffle during today's joint practice with the Titans up in Flowery Branch. I think they're in Flowery Branch. In today's second scrimmage, Penix in the first-team offense against the first-team Tennessee defense, he connected on a deep ball to Ray McLeod for a touchdown. Falcons quarterback, by his own admission, said he had some parting words to the Tennessee sideline after the play.
Oh, that's wrong. That shouldn't have.
He was asked what was said. I was somebody else, Penix said, of the headspace of the moment, so I don't even remember what I told them. Which led to the scuffle, which Penix ended up on the ground, Drake London having his helmet ripped off, and he was pulled out of the scrum. Both first teams had to be separated after several minutes. The second teams came in to cool things off. Afterwards, Penix was asked if Tennessee didn't take him seriously as being tough. And Michael replied, "They probably don't look at me like that, but I'm from Tampa, Dade City."
Okay, that's
that's supposed to mean something.
Well, I think that's actually had a reputation back in the day.
Yeah, they're a little tough down there.
Yeah,
bad neighborhood. Yeah.
Well, but that was bound to happen. I mean, you're challenging his manhood before the season starts, so you know that's standard, I guess. I'm fine with that.
Browns QB Shadur Sanders hurt his oblique muscle throwing. MRI showed a strain. He is day-to-day. Probably won't play this weekend. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones says he had stage 4 melanoma cancer, but his life was saved by an experimental drug called PD-1.
Jeez.
Jones is 82 years old. Says his life was saved by
melanoma. Is a skin cancer?
Yeah.
Holy smoke. Yeah. Stage 4. There's no stage 5.
There's not.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
he went back.
Wow, I guess he did. They saved his life.
Note to self: next time I win a NASCAR race, do not climb on top of the car. 19-year-old Xfinity driver Connor Zilic took a toss off his number 88 Chevrolet while celebrating in Victory Lane after winning the Watkins Glen race Saturday. His foot got caught in the driver's side window netting, and he hit the pavement pretty hard. Connor has a broken collarbone, required surgery.
Don't
know if he'll race the next time, August 22nd. And NASCAR says it will not tell other drivers not to dance on top of the cars. This may have been just a freak accident.
With a broken collarbone, can you imagine doing a race car? And if there's no way he could drive that car.
He can't drive that, but he probably will. He'd probably be out there.
Wow.
19 years old. You do some stupid things, I'm telling you. Meanwhile, there's a video out there showing a Buccaneers female fan getting so drunk at their preseason game. Here's where you say, how drunk was she?
Yeah, how drunk was she, I wonder.
Paramedics had to come and take her away.
Oh, my.
She turned to her date and said, are you going to come too? Does he A, get up and help her out, B, jump up and carry her out, or C, point to himself, then his seat, and keep watching the game as she's let out by the medics?
Well, I would be B for me. I'd want to take her in my arms and say, I got you, baby. Don't worry about it. And off we go to paradise. B would be the obvious answer.
No, he kept watching the game as she was led away. A game where the regulars aren't even playing.
Yeah, well,
all right. Today in sports history, August 13, 1910, and a game that featured each team having exactly 38 at-bats, 13 hits, 12 assists, 2 errors, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 hit by a pitch, and 1 pass ball, the Pirates and the Superbus, later known as the Dodgers, played to an 8-8 tie.
Wait a minute. Every one of those things were exactly the same for both teams?
Yes.
All that stuff?
Yes.
Holy cow. I'm surprised they know that. Somebody kept the stats and somebody had to figure that out. Wow. What year was that? Just
1910.
1910? Yeah. Holy moly.
So he jumped 40 years in the future. 1951, any fan who showed up with a musical instrument during the Dodgers musical depreciation night is admitted free to Ebbets Field contest against the Boston Braves. An assortment of trumpets, trombones, zithers, tubas, accordions, bugles, flutes, drums, violins, mandolins, horns, a glockenspiel, a washboard, and a piano. 2,400 plus fans take advantage and show up with something. A piano. Yeah.
Were they playing the instruments all through the game? I can imagine what that must have been like. holy smokes!
It's like those Zuvalelas or whatever they have. The soccer thing.
For soccer games. Oh, yeah, horrible.
1972, to stop a 4-game losing streak, Detroit skipper Billy Martin asked Al Kaline to pick the Tigers starting lineup out of a hat for the first game of the doubleheader. The slow-footed slugger Norm Cash leads off, the cleanup slot occupied by light-hitting shortstop Ed Brinkman, and the Tigers win 3-2 over the Indians. So they go back to a regular lineup in the nightcap, and they lose 9-2. 1976, Blue Jays Lump It or Like It. That's the name for Toronto's new AL ball club, according to Toronto Star headline, as they announced the selection of the expansion team's name. 154 people put together the Blue Jays out of 30,000 submissions, but 2 other names that they did not choose, the Hogtowners and Dingbats. You remember where they got Dingbat from?
Yeah, from Archie Bunker.
1976. Yeah, you're right. 1995, baseball legend Mickey Mantle at 63 died due to liver cancer at Baylor in Dallas. His estranged wife Merlin at his side. He lived at Lake Oconee for quite a while there.
Yeah, I did one of his tournaments up there. In fact, up there at Lake Oconee in honor of Mickey Mantle many years ago. Golf tournament. Yeah.
2015, the Blue Jays joined the 1954 Indians as the only teams to have 2 11-game win streaks in the same season. Well, guess what? The Brewers just joined that club.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
In 2018, Ronald Acuna Jr. became the 4th player in history to lead off both games of a doubleheader with a home run. He smacked Gonzalez's first pitch of the nightcap over the center field wall. The 20-year-old phenom then joined Harry Hooper of the Red Sox in 1913, Ricky Henderson of the A's in 1993, and Brady Anderson of the Orioles in 1999 as the only players to accomplish that feat.
Huh. Outstanding. By the way, one a post note, if you don't mind, about Mickey Mantle. And again, I actually had a long history thing on this, too. And one thing that's always kind of touched me, and I felt emotional about it, was that Mickey Mantle's father and son both died in their 30s. The result of Hodgkin's. Mickey Mantle was sure the same fate would befall him, and joked I would have taken better care of myself if I knew I was going to live this long. Yeah. He was diagnosed with liver cancer and urged his fans to take care of their health, saying, quote, "Don't be like me." Had a liver transplant, but it spread to his lungs. And anyway. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Got a couple of sports updates and a couple of quick birthdays. Betsy King, the golfer, very famous lady golfer, 70 years old. And DeMarcus Cousins, former NBA star. DeMarcus Cousins, 35 today. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 531. How's your hump day? I go 106.3. What's up?
Extra 106.3 is Atlanta's home for NASCAR, and we have live races every weekend from across the country. Check out extra1063.com for the full schedule and join us this weekend for live NASCAR action.
Wow, boy, steamy, hot, growing season. If you're putting in a backyard or a patio or a pool deck, something like that, Stovall and Company, your wholesale landscaping supply company, you contractors and builders, these guys are number one. 11 locations, the latest one just opened in Canton, and they have all your plants and shrubs and trees and stones and rocks and landscaping stuff and irrigation systems and sprinkler systems. And I mean, these guys are the best. And not only that, if they don't have something you're looking for, they can tell you where to get it, even if it means they lose the sale. These guys, and by the way, if you need it right now, it's probably on the way. Family business you can trust. StovallInc.com.
The right partner makes all the difference. For more than 185 years, we've forged personal relationships with our customers and communities, funding economic development and rallying around the causes that are important to our neighbors. With the technology, products, and expertise you'd expect from a big bank and the local decision-making and commitment to community from your neighborhood bank, United Bankshares is your trusted financial partner for life. Learn more at bankwithunited.com. United Bankshares, member FDIC.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's here to tell you about a new company that is changing the way people buy their next pre-owned car or truck. At the Honest Car Guy, they offer a completely transparent way to purchase a vehicle. You pay what he pays, plus a small honest fee. You can choose any make or model. He will search the country for the best deal out there. He'll handle the paperwork, your trade-in, shipping, and even give you the bill of sale. Friends, I've done the research, and this is a buying process that you can trust. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1 or visit online at honestcarguy.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Now, I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but let me tell you why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out from the rest. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Everybody wants to play. Many of the local HVAC companies, though, have been sold to large conglomerates. And some are even coming back under new names. But at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, they never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947. And their dedication to our community has never wavered. They are the grand slam you can count on. Central's team of experts know the game inside and out, delivering dependable service and personalized solutions every time. So don't get caught off base. Choose the HVAC team that's always been in the game. Get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Turn to your Atlanta Carrier experts, Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, 770-GET-HEAT, or visit them online at centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
There are nut jobs on the road. Who knows where they learn to drive? If one of them hits you, don't take care of it on your own. Call my friend David Van Sant, 855-GA-INJURY. Van Sant Law, one of Georgia's top-rated personal injury lawyers and car accident firms. Time is of the essence. Don't waste any. The longer you wait to get the right lawyer, the longer it takes to get the compensation you deserve. Call Van Sant Law today. The number is 855-GA-INJURY. VanSantLaw.com.
I support PragerU because they're doing something extraordinary. They're preserving American history in digital form. You probably know how much I care about preserving truth. History means a lot to me, even more so fighting for what is right. It's a core value of mine. That is why I support PragerU. Like modern-day clay pots, they're safeguarding the truth. Truths that have been hidden away in our classrooms so our children and now grandchildren can be indoctrinated with progressive ideals to destroy our republic. PragerU videos reach millions of people every single day, especially young people, and they're changing minds at scale, and I've seen it. I've talked to the kids. I've talked to my kids about it. It works. If you want to make an impact on the next generation, this month is the best time to support PragerU. Every single dollar you give will be matched in August. My foundation, Mercury One, has already donated, so join me. Go to PragerU.com/Glenn and donate. PragerU.com/Glenn. Your gift is going to be matched dollar for dollar until the end of August, so give as much as you can. PragerU.com/Glenn.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays, anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
A big day for Jefferson Airplane. 1965, Jefferson Airplane's live debut at San Francisco's Matrix Club. There's a photograph of the members of Jefferson Airplane featured on the front cover of their best-known album, Surrealistic Pillow, from 1967, and it was taken inside the Matrix Club in San Francisco. Jefferson Airplane, and then now they changed it to when did they change it to Starship? Isn't it changed to the Starship late like 71 or 2 or something?
No, later than that.
Later than
that. It was like early 80s.
Hey, was it 80? God, was that late? Yeah, well, that's true because when I was in San Francisco in 81, I think it's when I interviewed, what's his name? When they were towing away all his cars.
Paul Kantner.
Paul Kantner. There's a Mercedes and a Jaguar being hauled off. I forgot what it was about. They got sued by somebody and got all the stuff taken away anyway. Sorry. Let's see. Birthdays include. Oh, we got a couple of sports birthdays here. Oh, no, I always did those. Here we go. Danny Bonaducci is 66, kid from the Partridge Family, and then became a boxer. Didn't he beat the crap out of somebody on a boxing match? And he's done a podcast. And he's
Donny Osmond or somebody?
I think it might have been Donny Osmond. And let's see, a couple of quick sports updates here, Pete Davis. 2008, Michael Phelps became the winningest Olympic athlete of all time when he took home 10th and 11th gold medals in Beijing at the Olympics, 8 for 8. Broke almost every swimming-related medal record in the book. By the time Michael Phelps retired, he had earned 23 gold medals. Wow. And on this day in 1919, the greatest race... Oh, no, wait a minute. It says here, the greatest racehorse of all time, Man o' War, lost a race for his first and only time. He was upset by a horse named Upset. Man o' War went on to win 1,300 races and father 379 baby race horses. Man o' War was fantastic, it says here. Anyway, for the record, Secretariat was probably the greatest racehorse of all time, but in my opinion, the greatest racehorse of all time was Seabiscuit. And that's still one of the great movies of all time. I love that movie. I love that story. I love everything about it. And in fact, that's one of the very few... I'm sorry, Flounder, were you trying to get a hold of me? Or was
We're done with that. We got Clayton on the horn, but tell your story first.
Real quick. One of the very few sports books I had read many years ago. I'll get one once in a while, but there aren't many sports books. There aren't many out there that I heard about. Anyway, the girl who wrote Seabiscuit, whose name escapes me, Jennifer something maybe or something. Do you remember offhand? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. You can look it up. But anyway, and I didn't know what to expect. It was one of the best books I've ever read. And her description of the jockey and the feeling on the back of a racehorse going down the back stretch. I mean, it's just, it was, I couldn't believe how much I really thought this was a beautifully written book, Seabiscuit. And the movie.
Laura
Hillenbrand, yep. The book was wonderful, and the movie was fantastic. And anyway, of course, the greatest horse of all time was a certain late Jack the Good Boy, a famous cross between a Percheron and a Dutch warm blood. Anyway, and by the way, every Thursday I post pictures of Jack the Good Boy from the past on what do they call it? What the hell's Thursdays called? A flashback or not?
Throwback Thursday.
Throwback Thursdays. Every Throwback Thursday in the morning. Tomorrow morning I'll be posting video of Jack the Good Boy, among other things. But every Thursday I post Jack the Good Boy. Anyway, okay, 541. I'm sorry, Clayton.
Clayton's on the line.
Hey, Clayton, I'm sorry to make you wait, my friend. What's up? Welcome aboard. Thank you for holding.
No problem, Kimmer. Enjoy the show. Just was calling about the history of the Jefferson Starship name.
Yeah.
It was originally used on an album that they released called Blows Against the Empire. And it included members of the Grateful Dead, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Quicksilver, I think.
Really?
Several other bands. So it was a big, one of those albums where they tell a story and it's about against the authoritarian the government and all that.
Yeah. That was the day, all right. That was the time. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. It was some beautiful music. They had one song on it called "Have You Seen the Stars Tonight?" where they talk about they're on a spaceship, so they talk about going up on the 8 deck to look at them tonight. And this guy had invited this girl to go with him.
I don't know anything
cool
about that. Yeah,
if you ever get a chance.
Yeah, I'd never heard of that. I didn't know anything. And of course, I get mocked because I happen to really like the song "We Built This City." I know. I can't help it. I like that song. I'm sorry, and I sing it along. And
probably the worst song ever did.
Oh, no, stop picking on the Kimmer. See what you've done? Oh, my God, man. All right, Clayton. Hey, thanks for the memories, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, 543, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder.
In fact, Juanita Broderick has got a list of musical answers. You want to hear them?
Yes, I do, very much. Juanita Broderick, when was raped by Bill Clinton, by the way, and he got away with it. Yes, sir.
Allegedly.
Yeah. No, for true.
Things we did not do.
Yeah.
Things we did not do. Start the fire, shoot the deputy. All right? Things we did do. Built this city, shot the sheriff. Things we want to do. Break free, hold your hand.
Cool.
Things we will do. Rock you, survive, anything for love. Things we will not do. That.
Oh, we'll not do that from the guy with the Cracker Jack box. The big fat guy. What's his name? Oh, Lordy, I hate when I do this.
What are you talking about?
The guy, the things I will not do that was the same guy who sang the Cracker Jack song. The same guy who sang you can't get a car in a Cracker Jack box.
Oh.
What's his name? Flounder, what's that guy's name? The big fat guy who sang that song. Come on, you're killing me.
Chubby Checker?
No. The guy who sang
Zero Mostel?
I'll do a lot of things, but I won't do the Meatloaf. Yeah, Meatloaf. He sang that, and he also sang the two. Yeah.
Meatloaf!
Notice
You want it now?
Notice how when I sang the notes, Founder knew exactly what I was talking about.
Well, that's your dulcet tones. That's the type of stuff that Ruby is looking forward to on the date.
Oh, God. Yeah, well, she better be well rested.
I know her.
I knew her for a minute. Anyway, Chubby Checkers is got a hair across. Is a little upset about something, and I don't blame him. And as far as I'm concerned, he can do whatever he wants. Chubby Checker's now 83. He's being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in November in Los Angeles, but he's not going to be there. Chubby Checker told his manager, "Make sure when we go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that I'm doing something else. I want to do what I love most. That's being in front of an audience, a live audience, not a TV audience." Chubby Checker, of course, in 1960 hit the twist and everything after that, has been eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame since 1985. 40 years later, he's in. And he joins the class, including Bad Company, Joe Cocker, Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, Soundgarden, and White Stripes. How could Chubby Checker not have been elected into the Hall of Fame before any of those people? What his songs did in America. I mean, who can never forget the first time a teenager saw their parents doing the twist? I mean, it's unbelievable.
Maybe
I know.
Maybe,
anyway,
he didn't grease the wrong palm.
I don't. But anyway, he says I'm not going, and he had the twist, of course, hot single, and he says I'm not going to be there. We're not coming. Write it down. I'm not going to go. That's all. I feel kind of bad, but I feel he's got the right to do whatever he wants, and everything. I'd better be fine. He'll be having fun, and it is silly. It's all silly.
His one night, and he's got left. One night he can still be on the big stage, and he's not going to.
But you know what? At 83, frankly, after all those years when he was snubbed. It's okay. I don't know. I mean, I understand both ways of looking at it. And as at his age and this stage, you can do whatever you want. Seriously, and I think it's too bad. I feel bad for him. I really do. I think he should. I wish he could have found a way to go and made fun of him maybe or whatever. But that was just. I would have gone and probably made a couple of cracks. But I'm sure I would have shown up and made fun of it or something.
Hopefully he'll change his mind.
Yeah, maybe. 547. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. You want to do tweets? Well, you got some. Let's do some tweets. You want to do that?
Sure.
You got tweet. We'll do tweets next. Coming up. Look out.
Start your day with Tug and Los on the Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Then it's Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck at noon, and the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. And hang out every night for Jesse Kelly at 6 and Jimmy Fela at 9. And stream it all live in crystal clear HD on the Extra 106.3 app.
Join Daniel Madelon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guests are former APD Chief Bryant and Natalie Ammons from the Fulton County Sheriff's Office. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
It either is or it isn't. When it comes down to it, that's all that really matters when choosing a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz. It's either certified by Mercedes-Benz factory-trained and certified technicians, or it isn't. It's either backed by an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 7 years, or it isn't. Welcome to the RBM of Atlanta's Dog Days of Summer sales event, now through September 2nd. Come in today and take advantage of finance rates as low as 2.99% APR special financing on select models. In addition, you'll receive unlimited confidence with Mercedes-Benz's unlimited mileage warranty, delivering continued assurance for up to 7 years. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details and see how to qualify. We'd love to welcome you to the RBM of Atlanta family. Not all offers apply to all vehicles, and special financing available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Services through September 2nd, 2025. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Thinking about buying a firearm for home defense or personal safety, but don't know where to start? Start with True Prep. They're a family-owned store focused on education, safety, and community. Their Firearm Fundamentals for First-Time Buyers Workshop has been so popular, they've added a new date on August 24th to meet the demand. Plus, they just launched a sale, 20% off all used guns and gear, excluding consignments, now through August 31st. Learn about the purchasing process, gun safety, selecting the right gun, and more. Visit TruePrep.com. That's TRUPrep.com to sign up today.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Are home repairs piling up? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Relax. We've got you covered. From drywall dings and leaky faucets to deck repairs and trim replacement, we're your one-stop shop for everything for your home needs. No more juggling multiple contractors. Just call us at the Trusted Toolbox and we'll handle it. Your home deserves the best, and we don't want you breaking your back trying. Call the Trusted Toolbox today at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. The Trusted Toolbox, your one-stop shop for home repairs and more.
Hey, Atlanta's Mark from the Safe House. I have a question for you. Am I the only person pissed off with the mainstream fake news, liberal judges,
and whiny liberal politicians
who don't realize why Donald Trump is president, and fake safes? And you may wonder, why fake safes? Well, a fake safe is like Joe Biden, cheap and ineffective. A real safe from Atlanta Safe House is like Donald Trump, tough, effective, and provides peace of mind when you need it the most. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast and see what a real safe looks like. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check them out online at atlturfco.com.
Modular and offsite construction is booming. If you're an architect, building engineer, supplier, developer, or contractor, you can't miss the Offsite Construction Summit, returning to the International Convention Center in Atlanta on August 19th. With the rising cost of traditional building, modular and offsite construction is changing the way companies build housing, retail, healthcare, restaurants, and more. So don't miss the Offsite Construction Summit on August 19th. This is your opportunity to create new business and learn from the industry's best. Register today at offsiteconstructionnetwork.com. That's offsiteconstructionnetwork.com.
Here I graduated from prep school, headed off to college. Mercy. The Supremes recorded Baby Love on this day in 1964, written and produced by Motown's main production team, Holland Dozier Holland. Excuse me. The song went on to be the group's first British number one. Hold on a second. There we go. The song was their first number one in Britain. Their second American number one hit, Baby Love, was also the second of 5 Supreme songs in a row to go to number one in America. Supremes. Let's say birthday list includes Kevin Tighe, or Tighe, T-I-G-H-E, 81. He was John Locke's father on Lost, but he also, you may remember him if you watched the movie Roadhouse. He was the owner of the Double Deuce Bar in Roadhouse. And if you're really an old-timer,
Roadhouse,
you may remember him as Roy DeSoto from the series Emergency. Kevin Tighe, 81 years old today. And that little girl from Family, and who played the little girl, the daughter on Goodbye Girl, Quinn Cummings, is 58 years old today. She left acting. She was a little girl in Goodbye Girl. Was wise beyond her age, I think even in real life, too. She became an entrepreneur and has written several books, most of them comedies and animal-loving kind of things, which is kind of a nice ending for a girl like that. An actress, a child actress. And one thing in history, I thought this was freaking amazing. Talk about a bad grade. On this day in the year 363, every teacher dislikes a classroom filled with rude, unruly children. But poor Cassian of Imola faced a particularly nasty bunch in the 4th century. As a Christian, the new sainted schoolmaster refused to offer sacrifice to the Roman gods as prescribed by the emperor. So as punishment, the teacher was turned over to his own students, who gleefully tied him to a pole and stabbed him to death with their writing implements. Jeez. Tough crowd. We're 363. Wow. All right, sir. Anyway, Caribbean Flounder, 5 minutes before 6 o'clock already. Holy smokes. Look, Flounder, we got like one-liners, and we got me, and we got tree memes and stuff, and we have Pete Davis with Grover and all these people. A little something we like to call Pete's Tweets here on 106.3.
Dad patrolling what every parent already knows. The life cycle of a bubble wand. 1. Purchase bubble wand for $3.99.
Yes.
2. Blow bubbles using bubble wand to the magical delight of your child.
Yes.
3. Child insists that it's their turn and they can do it themselves.
Yes.
4. Hand bubble wand to the child.
Yes.
3. Child instantly pours all contents of bubble wand onto the floor.
Right.
6. Everyone cries for an hour.
And by the way, it's still fun with pets, too, by the way, for the record. If you haven't played with bubble things with your dog or cat, you're missing out. Anyway, yes, sir. You're saying.
Adley has a cunning plan. Step 1, start a beer company named Responsibly. Step 2, watch as every other beer company promotes you for free at the end of their commercials with Drink Responsibly. Step 3, enjoy your yacht.
Very clever. That's very clever.
There's tweets.
Oh, well, we have some more. Babylon Bee. Democrat mayors report violent crime down 40% since they redefined violent and crime. Jerome Powell says he will not lower interest rates until he can be sure it will not help Donald Trump. One more. Donald Trump negotiates Russian ceasefire by giving Putin California. I don't know, just for the record. Anyway, 5:57. And Melania's lawyer, First Lady Melania Trump, putting Hunter Biden on a $1 billion notice over the claims that are false and defamatory, disparaging, and inflammatory statements about her, demanding that he immediately remove and retract content and issue an apology or face legal action for the business trying to link her with Jeffrey Epstein. Detract it, or we're going to sue for $1 billion. He left no choice for Mrs. Trump but to pursue legal action available to her because of the overwhelming financial and reputational harm that you have caused her to suffer. There's a video interview. Hunter Biden returns. The former first son claimed Epstein introduced Melania to Trump. The connections are so wide and deep, unquote, Hunter Biden. Well, this ought to be interesting. Oh, I love when the dominoes are falling for the bad guys. Hold on a second. It's Flounder's Funnies here on the old Wednesday Hump Day show.
Started working in the nursery. Y'all, anybody work in the nursery at your church? You got to do it. It's the best because these babies cannot rat you out if it all goes wrong. And we're a sticker church. Y'all putting stickers on the kids when you check them in at your church. These big churches do it. We're tagging these kids like they're in the wild. It's weird. And parents lose that piece of paper at my church. I don't know what your policy is at your church, but I don't put up with that mess in my nursery. You come back without that paper, I'm like, I'm sorry. We're keeping him, okay? He works for Jesus now, all right? You knew the risks. Like, you know me, that's my son. I just dropped him off. I'm like, sir, look, okay? Without the receipt, the best I can do is store credit. And then I let him pick out a child of equal or lesser value. We give out so many redheads, y'all. It's unbelievable.
Oh, mercy. Anyway, Kimber P. Flounder tomorrow. I think we're going to have Shannon Burke join us at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, yes, sir.
And by the way, there's a story in Seattle about a crazed idiot who didn't think a guy showing his military uniform stuff in a wheelchair as an old guy really deserved to be in the military, so he shot him because the guy didn't have a military ID. I don't have a military ID from my active duty in the Marines. Yeah. People, we don't care. There aren't any. Stop. I mean, God. Anyway, coming up on 6 o'clock, Kimber Pete Flounder. Holy mackerel, I gotta go. You're killing me. Sing me home, baby. Christine on the way. Oh, geez. Go Braves, herp and a herp. Look out.
The Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.